This is the Ascension Podcast. Friday, December 9th, 12:06 a.m. Episode 71. The year of our Lord, 2022. Sound like a soldier.
Thanks, wow.
Back. It's been about a month, right? Both of us have seen some shit.
Yes, sir.
Been to some stuff.
Through the
Felt a little
trenches.
tired
Yep.
this past month, but it's all part of the campaign, bro. And we back, firing shots.
Gotta work.
Gotta work.
If you ain't working, what you doing?
Nah, you are. You're sleeping.
Yeah.
You're sleeping, and you're putting yourself up, open for attack, further attack.
You're sleeping on the job because
Yes.
the job is still there.
Yes, it
It's
is.
still gotta be
bro.
done.
Yes, it does. Let's open up in prayer before I get carried away.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment in which we now live. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath is been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. O Allah, guide this conversation. Guide us in this hour. Free us from the burden of sin. Free us from the burden of spiritual wickedness in high places, as you allow us to usher in thy kingdom and serve you and you alone. Amin. We forgot to pray beforehand, but I had to squeeze a little extra prayer in that.
Yes, sir.
But we good, bro.
No, we good.
Yeah, we super good, man.
We ain't forget his name.
No, we did not. Nor shall we ever, because we can't afford to at this point in time.
It's true.
Can't. No, we can't. Because I call him his name constantly during the day.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally forced to. Because I'm like, okay, all right, I'm getting attacked. All right, Satan, I feel you. All right, Allah, let's do it. All right.
We know that he works, we take one step and he takes two steps. We don't estimate how often we need those two steps.
Yes.
Those two steps are necessary.
Yes.
Taking one step at a time is,
That's
makes
right.
your job more difficult.
Yes, it does.
So, you need that extra energy. You need that extra boost.
Yeah.
Tapping into that power.
Facts. And you got to think, in this current paradigm, Satan has home field advantage.
Yeah.
So he has all the resources, energies, spirits, like to do what he wants with us, because we're literally in his little in his battlefield, waging war. So that means the only way you're going to be able to withstand it's constant pressure at all realms. Like I said, mental
barrage.
Yeah, barrage all the time. Mental, physical, spiritual, dream world, this world, all the time. Food.
As soon as he slows up, we wake up. He can't afford to slow up.
Facts. And you got to, yes. And the whole mechanism of his world is designed to keep the black man down.
Yeah.
Seriously, medicine, education, everything. The devil works constantly to do that because he knows his world only exists on our ignorance and on our backs.
When I think about it, I'm honored.
It's like, no, me too. I'm like, damn, I'm flattered. I'm like, damn, I'm that powerful, bro. Damn, I am God.
Like, you got to work tirelessly to keep me down. And I'm just asleep.
For real.
As soon as I wake up,
Yeah, I'm just
the game is over.
It's over, bro. It's over, bro. And with this constant pressure, you release the pressure valve just by prayer. Allah. It's like, oh, Allah. We got this, bro. And we do got this. So even when we take L's, we lose battles and anything, bro. We walking, we still alive. We still gonna keep it pushing, keep campaigning, bro. And like we started really messing with each other, and we said, oh, it's wartime. And then I didn't think that would be manifested like actually so quickly. Like, wow, it really feels like wartime.
Yeah.
Really feels like wartime. I'm gonna tell you this dream I had and get prepared because it's very symptomatic of it being wartime because I actually was on a battlefield. Okay. And like I saw it was like a real battlefield. Like not like a metaphorical chessboard. It was battlefield.
Okay.
Feel me? And I was still alive.
Okay.
And I was talking to the enemy. I don't remember who specifically what uniforms or who they were, but it was very soldierly, diplomatic. The fighting was stopped, and I was talking to them about all right, making prisoner swaps, negotiations, to the point where who lives and who could die, something like it was but it wasn't bad. It was just literally, we just finished warfare and we were having like militaries talking and be like, okay, this is all right. This is what's gonna happen now. Yeah, you got some of ours. You got some of ours. Some of these crossing the line, they're gonna die. You know, I had to make agreements and be like, okay, I understand. It's a part of
I hate
warfare.
to be in that position.
Yeah. But the time I was on was very much like, it wasn't fear. It wasn't like, oh shit, we lost. It was just
You
like,
have to rise above emotions in that position for sure.
and this next part I'm about to tell you, I had to rise above emotions because the next part I had to see the casualties of war. And like I said, casualties of war are gruesome. And it's like the first time in any dream I've had where I actually had to see like gore and brutality. Like my homeboys with their arms cut off and they're bleeding out and dying.
I've had that dream before.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man. So like literally some of them, people that were murdered in war and about to die and just waiting out death. Some of them who were punished and going to die soon, but they got their limbs chopped off. He covered that. That was part of like the conversation I had. I was like, okay, all right. He's your prisoner. I'm not gonna. He could do. I can only do so much. But people that I know personally with missing limbs, dying out and bleeding out, and then black men in like bathtubs filled with blood.
Have you ever heard the blood to the horse's bridle?
Ooh, no. Is that in the Bible?
I don't know where it is, but I've heard it so much as a young child that it imprinted on me. So I've had that dream.
In what context did you hear blood to the horse's bridle?
They were just saying that, you know.
I like that. That's cold.
When it goes down, in my head, I imagined it like not necessarily, you know, all blood.
Revelation 14:20.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let's read it.
Not all blood, but like imagine a flood coming through a city, and so much blood that the water has turned red.
Man, we reading this verse, bro.
Yeah, let's get it.
Revelation 14:20. Oh man, this is the chapter called "The Lamb and the 144,000." You know the 144,000, right?
Oh.
Okay. 14:20. And the grapes were trodden in the winepress outside the city, and blood flowed from the winepress in a stream about 180 miles long, as high as a horse's bridle. Okay, I'm gonna read this whole paragraph.
Get it.
Then I saw the Son of Man sitting on a white cloud. He had a gold crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Then an angel came from the temple and called out in a loud voice to the one sitting on the cloud, "Use the sickle, for the time has come for you to harvest. The crop is ripe on the earth." So the one sitting on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the whole earth was harvested. After that, another angel came from the temple in heaven, and he also had a sharp sickle. Then another angel, who had the power to destroy the world with fire, shouted to the angel with the sickle, "Use your sickle now to gather the cluster of grapes from the vines of the earth, for they are fully ripe for judgment." So the angel swung his sickle on the earth and loaded the grapes into the great winepress of God's wrath. And the grapes were trodden in the winepress outside the city, and blood flowed from the winepress in a stream about 180 miles long and as high as a horse's bridle. All praise due to Allah. Man.
That's very graphic.
It's very graphic.
The people were the wine.
The people were the grapes.
No, the people juice was the wine. The blood.
Yes. The people juice was the wine. They were once grapes and they were crushed into.
That's
but
heavy.
It's heavy. But that literally felt like my dream.
Yeah.
Like that heaviness. Like, whoa. Oh, this is what it is. This is what warfare is. This is what blood to the horse's bridle actually looks like in physical reality.
And if you think about like the spiritual side of that, right? That's where we're at.
Bro, yes, that's exactly what. That's where we're at. That's where we're at.
You pile up the bodies, you know, over the last couple of decades. How many black babies are being aborted?
Facts,
how many black men are being shot? You know, people losing their lives to drugs, the pandemic, or the COVID-19, and all
bodies, bro.
Yeah,
bodies. And
that death toll is laid at somebody's feet.
Facts, bro. And I'll be very clear. Like I didn't grow up in the hood. I've never seen a dead black murdered body. You feel me? I never seen that. So this is like my first time being like, oh, my brother's in a bathtub filled with blood, screaming it was graphic, like graphic, and he was like, milk.
Shit.
Right?
Yeah.
But isn't that just what we were talking? We were talking about that, like just the metaphor of milk, about being the elixir for life. He was crying out for life.
Yeah.
Woo! This is very deep. And I knew it was deep before that, but now that you actually called it blood to the horse's bridle, when you said that, I was like, oh, that's what it was. And then, like, oh wow, that's what it was. That's what it is. But we're still standing.
Mm-hmm.
And
swimming,
and we continue. And there's more of that to come. So
you got to protect yourself, your loved ones, your family, and as many, people as you can.
Thanks.
By doing the work.
Absolutely. And it's funny, this is the law showing me, like, we're having conversations. We're not fighting a carnal warfare right now. Not yet, at least. We ain't fighting it.
No, this part is mental and spiritual.
Facts. But it's funny. It's like Allah is showing me the analog of what's really going on, but it's the graphic version. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'll give you the build up to this particular dream. It was like, it started off with like me seeing like arrows being, what's it called? A whole bunch of arrows being, there's a volley.
Okay.
A volley of arrows being, okay, oh shit, the war started. Like, okay, now he's swinging. Volley of arrows, I think going at a castle or something like that. And then I saw images in my dreams of, okay, ooh, man, it's deep. First it was a volley of arrows. The next one was like actually seeing like Roman crusading soldiers wearing their regalia, knights wearing purple crosses, wearing crosses, and it was just purple. So legit. And my question, I was like, is that really what they look like? You feel me? Like, or is that like
I think it was your brain just showing you what,
my spirit showing me?
Yeah, the enemy.
No, for real.
Give whatever you needed to do to conceptualize what an enemy was. That's what they gave you.
Facts. No, for real. So we start out throwing arrows, and then we see the enemy forces.
Because realistically, we already know that the Nation of Islam is honeycombed with hypocrites. So some of them inside of there dressed like us are enemies.
Oh, absolutely.
So we know the enemy comes in every shape, form, and fashion.
Absolutely. But it was very like they were actual Roman soldiers.
Yeah, you had to see it like that for you to recognize immediately
what it is.
Enemy.
And yeah, exactly. And it wasn't like no like bad guy. They're just soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Like me talking to the guys on the battlefield, it wasn't personal. It was just like, oh, soldiers. We fighting. We had a war. The shit's over. Now we got to talk business about what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
Right. And there's casualties on both sides.
But the way the war looks now, and not in your dream that was giving you a version of it from a physical point of view, but the way the war looks now from a mental point of view,
okay,
is the enemy creating disappointment. So that goes into my vision that I've been having for the last couple of days. It's just like,
which is what?
How he works. He
is in the enemy.
Yeah.
Satan. Yes, sir.
He creates disappointment.
Yes.
In what we're doing and in what God does, because he's the beginning of disappointment. When God first told Iblis to kneel before man, and he's like, I'm made of fire.
Facts.
Why would I kneel before him made of mud?
Yeah.
That was disappointment in God's rule.
Yeah.
And then you talk about, I was telling you about what Minister Ishmael was talking about as far as Judas.
Yeah.
Judas being disappointed in Jesus. Imagine Jesus being this man coming in to save you. And he's telling you about this kingdom of heaven, this kingdom of God, where you're thinking freedom, justice, and equality from Roman rule, freedom, justice, and equality. And then he's like, but I'm going to sacrifice myself. And I'm going to sacrifice myself based on my principle.
Yeah.
It's not even like a saving everybody type sacrifice.
Not at all.
It's a sacrifice because this is the right thing.
Yeah.
That's what made Judas be disappointed.
Yeah.
And Judas making the decision. It's like Kanye West today, right?
Yeah. I missed it. What happened?
Not necessarily today. But
Okay. Okay. I understand. Yeah.
We're disappointed in him. So we were able to.
We as in the masses. Me as in
the vast majority, the 85%, the people who are not paying attention to the entire story.
Yeah.
The people who are just watching from afar, hearing sound bites, and are disappointed in Kanye. So they're easily able to betray him.
Oh yeah. I understand.
Easily able to throw him under the bus, even though he
Yeah.
has good points.
Yeah, of course.
It's like we don't care about the good points because we're gonna hyper focus on what media and the distraction and the disappointments.
And the trolly things that he says.
Well, those are the disappointments. The things. He says something that hurts a little bit, and so we don't want to feel the pain of it. We just want to enjoy the life that we're having.
I understand. Yeah, and it's just like a lot of that, and I'm not. The egregious nature of some of the commentary just warrants some of that treatment. It's just like, okay, all right, bro. I see what you're doing. Okay, all right. Cool.
I feel like it takes the crazy stuff that he says for him to have the freedom to say the other stuff, right? Because if he wasn't known for saying the crazy stuff, you would hear none of the other stuff.
I understand.
He would be like everybody else that talks like that nobody listens to.
I feel you.
So he's got to be polarizing. He has to be.
Yeah, I understand. And I'm not, like I said, bro, I'm still reserving. I'm reserving judgment, bro. Of course, I'm going to always reserve judgment, period.
All I do is pick out the truth.
Facts.
I'm not, like, to me, I don't even have judgment. I'll never have judgment for Kanye. I'm not qualified to judge that man.
Not at all.
Whatever he does is between him and his creator.
Facts. Absolutely.
I'm going to continue to be
an objective spectator.
Exactly. But when I hear something that's the truth, it's like,
then you accept it and apply, and then take that truth and apply it to your arsenal of truth.
Because let's be honest, nobody, to my knowledge, has been able to reach the numbers of people throughout the world that Kanye is reaching.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Bringing out this truth.
Absolutely, bro.
And that's in history.
No.
Media, social media has transformed the ability to have this conversation within a small microcosm. To being able to have it worldwide.
The conversation about power.
About who's in power.
No, for real.
The same people that Jesus was pointing out.
Facts.
The same people that Malcolm X was pointing out. Muhammad Ali was pointing out. These aren't new enemies.
No, sir.
These are constant.
The constant.
And
Constantine. Yeah. This is what it is. Yeah.
And objectively, like, I'm not mad at them.
No.
Their survival is dependent on black dollars, what, 3 trillion?
Yeah, bro.
Right? Their survival is dependent on our subjugation, our servitude.
Yeah.
So why would they ever admit to what they're doing? It's on us to call them out.
Absolutely.
It's on us to do the work of uniting.
Facts.
You can't rely on somebody who enslaved you to all of a sudden become beneficent to you.
No.
They're not going to give us freedom. You can't give someone freedom.
You cannot. That person has to take it, manifest it, and bring it to themselves to prove that they deserve it.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody explained it to me like when a child grows up out of teenage and decides to move out of their parents' house, their parent isn't giving them freedom. If their parent was giving them freedom, that's kicking them out.
Facts.
They have to decide to move out. That's the only way they gain freedom.
Mm-hmm. They have to make that conscious, intentional effort to go out and leave and be free. And it's a process.
It is.
It's a process, but it requires the first step of like going and leaving, separating yourself from an oppressor, an ex-slave master.
And you do that with knowledge and information. You do that with, being able to work hard and be diligent and disciplined and understanding who you are.
Absolutely. But what were we talking about? We went on Kanye, because I know me talk about this all day, but it was specifically about
war.
Oh yeah. But you were on, because I wanted you to finish that. Was it about the mental part? The mental
and spiritual war that we're in.
Yeah.
It's like a Cold War. It's the same thing as like, they realize that they need large numbers of us.
Oh yeah.
They have to have us en masse working, making sure their dollar is held up. If nobody is working these menial jobs and paying bills with all of the money that they make, the system's not fed.
The dollar doesn't work. Yeah. The dollar has no value. And that's that's why they fight tooth and nail for the dollar. It's why they attack crypto. It's why everything is like, no, you're not going to fuck with the US dollar.
If nobody goes out and votes, the vote doesn't matter.
Facts. Ooh, that's a good metaphor. It's a very good metaphor. It's a very, very good metaphor. Yeah. And I remember now. Yeah, we were talking about how the presentation in my dream of the Crusader Roman soldiers with purple regalia and a cross was which is a sign of how the enemy need to be presented to me right now. Right. So there was that. I remember now. Yeah. There was that dream where I saw them. I wasn't fighting. I just saw them for what they were. And it's like me being like a flying spirit, just seeing things. A lot of my dreams are me just observing stuff happening, or Allah showing me what's going on, whether I like it or not. A lot of it I don't want. I don't want to see that a lot. Thanks.
Like revelations.
Revelation, man. Personal stuff like, oh, this is what this person's doing that affects you. Oh, those aren't fun. But that's the thing. That's the nature of truth. That's the nature of truth. Truth being revealed to you is a painful process.
It is
Very painful. Whether it's husband or wife cheating.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear the truth.
Nobody wants to hear the truth, bro. Nobody wants to hear the truth, bro.
They would rather sleep. It's a lot more comforting.
Exactly. So after this being the enemy being revealed in a way that really resonated with me, I think like the next vision was just actually like an actual physical warfare. Like the dream I just told that I started off with, it wasn't war. The war was like that specific battle was over, and we were just talking casualties and talking negotiations, prisoner swaps, etc. The actual before that dream was this war, and after seeing the soldiers was this war, which was actual warfare, physical carnal warfare, grenades, I believe guns as well, warfare. I wasn't like actually fighting it. I felt the energy. I was like, oh wow, this is actual warfare. Like we're actually fighting war, and it was.
So I've had this conversation before when I was very young, and I came to the kind of understanding that I don't think there's going to ever be a physical war. We don't have the guns and the armory, the bombs that they have.
Not at all. No.
There are going to be a lot of battles.
Yes.
A lot of different battles in different cities, like police or whoever the army they bring in to fight against, small groups and militias and stuff. There will be battles, but as we already know,
there have been battles.
We're currently in war.
Yes, we are in war.
And when this situation ends, the war will be over. So the general idea of the war, it'll be a percentage of it will be physical.
Yeah.
But I think probably maybe 30%, right? Then
if that, man.
Then 30% mental and 30 or 33% each.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point. I like that. That feels right.
Yeah.
That feels right. So yeah, I went from that dream, seeing it, and then the aftermath and the casualty. And it wasn't like the dream, it wasn't like me waking up and being like, oh, the war is over. It was like, oh man, no shit, we still in it.
Yeah.
But I'm still standing. We still in it. And luckily my reaction to actually seeing it was just more like, oh shit, that's warfare.
Yeah.
And I thought literally about me and you like making that post and signing up for it. Like, oh yeah, we signed up for this.
I think your dream was just trying to like explain to you the severity of it.
Facts, bro. No, for real.
It's not a game.
Boom.
There's going to be bloodshed and loss.
Facts. Sacrifice, loss, bloodshed, and it's real. That was the whole function. And I woke up with that feeling of like, oh, okay, this really is not a game.
No,
this is not a game. A lot of times, like, oh, nigga, this is wartime. Nigga, I'm a soldier. I'm like, oh, I am a soldier.
Literally, everything in this world
I am a soldier.
Is designed to distract you from the war.
Facts.
Facts. Everything.
Facts.
You got to pay bills.
Yes, sir.
You got to, take your kids to school. You got to figure out how to maintain in a world that is set up to make you mundane.
Yeah. Or just to be make you a civilian. Yeah.
Give you all the conveniences to make you just not focused on the bigger picture.
Facts. Power.
Yeah.
Power.
Like in the movie The Matrix, how every individual person has a pod that they live in. Like,
facts.
We're not connected.
Facts.
We don't touch, feel, or see each other. We live in a construct.
Facts. Bubble. Yeah. A bubble of our own experience.
Yeah. And the purpose of the bubble is to continuously feed the system energy.
Yes.
And the energy is from God.
Yeah.
As long as we allow, them to use us as a battery, we're feeding them God's energy.
Facts. And they know this very well, and they design their sciences are based on extracting that energy and power as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
As possible.
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like because I was hospitalized. Man, I'm gonna get deep now. But like before, right after college, when I was 25.
Okay.
Spiritual awakening, but it ultimately ended up in a they called a psychotic break. So your boy lost it. But you go into that environment and you realize that, man, this gets deep. The psychiatrists know the game.
Yeah.
They know what's up. And the top psychiatrists, they are there and they know who we are. And they also know that that energy can be used for their own purposes. So a lot of them, they look at you in a way where it's like revelation, but they're also like very much like, give me that energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Bloodsuckers of the poor.
Bloodsuckers of the poor, vampires. And like I'm talking like the head shrinks, the head psychiatrist.
Speaking of vampires, have you heard about that new where they can use your blood to make them young again?
No, let's talk about I want to hear about that.
That's all I have about it.
Oh,
Like,
that's it?
It's
Oh,
crazy.
okay. I thought you had like an actual vampire story about like the being
That
real.
is a vampire story.
Okay, I understand.
Like the elderly, mega rich, wealthy people of the world are staying young by rejuvenating themselves with
see
the
that.
blood of younger people.
I can see that. Oh, that's nothing.
All they got to do is find somebody that has a blood match to you.
Yeah, I
and
can see that.
take them out.
That would probably work.
Yeah,
I don't see why it wouldn't work.
It like they've had it so successful that it grew hair back.
Damn.
And gray hairs became black again.
Man, I would like to see the scientist in me is like I want to see the results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely like I'm my Yakub with that shit. Like trying to like what actually happened?
Yeah.
You bastards! But damn, that's interesting. It's
They
an interesting
they
experiment.
started with rats and mice and all of that.
Oh, okay.
And then they went on to human trials, and it's been successful to the point where now they're trying to get laws passed where blood banks can collect blood.
And give it to old
use it
people.
for older people
Man,
and sell it. I don't know if they got it passed because this was like years ago that I saw it, and then I saw it again recently as if they're already advertising.
okay. But if you're rich enough, you're gonna get some blood. Like let's be very clear about that. You can just get some blood.
Yeah. But imagine being able to pull up to a blood bank and just getting a transfusion.
Get your transfusion in, man. I mean, dialysis centers is like, yeah. Well, why? I can imagine a world where there's dialysis centers exclusively for this purpose for rich if you're willing to pay a price. Get some good young nigga blood. Good clean young nigga blood. I could definitely see that.
I posted something like not too long ago, and it was talking about how the system we live in is designed to create orphans for the purpose of taking advantage of orphans. Like,
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, that's why so many black parents are,
Man.
having such a hard time.
Yeah.
To make it to the point where people are like, I just got to give my kid up.
That one stings because I know it to be true. That stings. That stings, man.
And then they also take kids.
Yeah. Man. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah. Ooh.
They play this game of who's the better parent, and then they have the parents fight each other and prove that the other one's not qualified. And at the end of that game, it's just like neither one of y'all are qualified. Yoink.
That's real, bro. Man. That's... And then the process, lawyers make a shit ton of money.
When after all that money
you
spent,
lose your children and your capital.
When after all that money is spent to create that case and do that, imagine if they just gave that money to that couple and let them try to figure out how to take care of their children instead of making them live in poverty.
Seriously, you're paying an entity to destroy your family.
That's a business, though.
It's a very
lucrative business.
The business of family law is incredibly lucrative, bro. Incredibly lucrative.
Imagine how much easier it is to
prey off emotions.
Subdue that child, to have that child not believe in the system. I mean, not believe in whatever his parents are talking about. Believe in the system because the system saved them. Like, it's a cold game.
Man, it's a cold game. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. So that... What were we talking about? The vampire thing. I knew, once you get it, because that words like that intrigue me because I want to know more specifically what you're talking about with this vampire story. But I'm also like the fairy tale of a vampire comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
How real is the base of the truth of vampires? Is it people who just take others' energy, Or are they just were there people who went around in Transylvania and sucked people's blood and that's what they did? You know what I'm saying?
We know scientists have existed for thousands of years.
Yeah,
So it's not baffling.
To think of like a real life vampire?
To think of somebody who figured out how to use blood in that way.
Oh, not at all. Oh, yeah, no.
It's not baffling.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Man, now that we're here talking about blood to the horse's bridle, I wonder if a human being could actually live on human blood. Exclusively.
If it reverses the aging process, why not?
Man. Okay. See, now we're getting scientific and we're here. If a human being could listen here, I'm gonna postulate a scenario where a human being ingests human blood, drinks it, but also drinks it.
I don't know if the stomach is capable of processing human blood.
I don't know.
That's a different thing.
I don't know. I haven't tried.
That's true. and there are people that eat rare meat.
That's true. I don't. If you could find a blood that could, is there a human blood that's compatible? A blood and blood type?
I don't think I'm qualified to even speculate. This is beyond my scope.
I understand. But you said the word vampire. Now you got your boy curious. But I'm like, and we're having this gruesome conversation because we're here.
This is a very gruesome conversation.
Very gruesome conversation.
This is what happens when you start at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Very true. There's darkness out, but I'm also like, man, could a nigga really drink blood and survive? Could vampires be a real thing?
It's one of those things to me where it's like the unfathomable depths of Satan.
And that's what we're here because we're talking about Satan. I'm talking about my personal experience with Satan, who I experienced as back to the hospital, an energy vampire. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna get very specific.
I think that's a lot more realistic.
Well, that is real. That's reality. We know that to be true. So, but I could tell when I first went in, I didn't know what's up. Like, you think that a white man in a coat is God? You feel me? No, seriously. Like a white man in a doctor's coat, that's God. Yeah. He's God. No, seriously. That is what everyone has that feeling of. Oh, that's the Father. Yeah. Okay. He runs the shit. He's the authority figure. That's God. So I went in there with like, oh yeah, I could trust this man. He's a white man in a coat and he's a doctor and he knows more. But eventually I'd be like, the way he would look at me and the other melanated people there.
Like you were a cold glass of water.
Yes.
And he was thirsty.
Bro.
Me and my wife call it hungry eyes.
Yeah. Bro. Yes. When have you seen Hungry Eyes though?
You know the commercial Hungry Eyes? Oh. But like you see people that do that. You see them on the streets, like men looking at a woman and he's like got the hungry eyes or like.
Yeah. Except it wasn't lust for like sex, but lust.
That yearning.
Yearning, lust. Boom. That's exactly what it was. But not lust for sexual pleasure. I don't know, maybe. But mostly it was energy. Like I want you. I want you.
Yeah.
I want you.
And whatever that may mean to him at that time.
Exactly. So he would look at me like that. And he would look at, I remember this one, I can't remember her name, but this one like Native American woman that was in there too. She was dope. Crazy, but dope.
I feel like some of them can't help themselves.
Oh, no, not at all.
Some of them have this mentality that it's hubris. It's like, I have so much control and power now, I don't care what you think.
At all.
I can function how I feel.
No, facts. No, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
He's living his best life.
Absolutely. And the way he would be looking at us, it was like, give me that energy. Like that. I felt like that type of like, yeah.
I could imagine the people in the back at Planned Parenthood thinking like that. You know?
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Those are the people that keep in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or in administration or in a CEO position. Right?
Right?
No, let's be clear. Executive
Margaret Sanger probably looked at black people like that.
Probably did. Like things to be extracted or things to be exterminated?
Both.
I understand.
Things that I want. Mine, give me.
But Sanger was more of like, get rid of.
Yeah, because you don't matter to me. It's like things that I can covet to the point of I can do what I want with this thing.
Yeah. I feel you.
I think that's the mentality of hubris. That's the mentality of the religion that they serve, that Yaqub religion.
The Yaqub religion of extracting what is good, tossing away what doesn't serve your purposes, like you said.
Who can do that? but somebody who has hubris, who thinks they have ownership.
Hubris, control, and power.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Those are the prerequisites for operating under that, I guess,
That level of thinking.
that level of
religion.
thinking, that doctrine. Yeah, that doctrine. Yeah. That processing system. The doctrine.
Yeah.
Which is
you see that religion.
It is a religion.
You see that religion in our culture, even in like the school system. Like
Our culture as an American culture, or ours in Asiatic.
In American culture.
Okay, understood.
America is like the epitome of that Yakud mindset.
Oh, of tossing away what doesn't serve your your empire's purposes.
It started like back with the Roman Empire when they tried to colonize the whole world. It ended with America being the Rome 2.0 and colonizing the world successfully.
Facts.
And then they created a colonization
Roman
system.
UK 2.0, 3.0, whatever. Yeah, but it's all.
The colonizing system puts us in schools and picks from the best of us, the ones that are the most submissive and the most athletic.
Facts.
So they can use us to their purposes and keep us controlled and docile. Imagine if the ones who were the biggest and the strongest were not under their control.
Oh man, we'd have a whole new world.
Yeah.
No,
So
they have to extract them early before they come talk to us.
They either make us wealthy, they send us to war, or they put us in jail. Those are the options for warrior spirit.
Facts.
Those are the options for anybody who isn't, small, or anybody who could be a threat.
Facts.
And unity is not a part of that. Us unifying, and coming together. No. They pit us against each other.
No, absolutely. Especially when it comes to it haves and have-nots. Like, you're gonna give up a multi-million-dollar basketball contract to go mess with niggas?
And when you think about the fact that money is a social construct that they created to control us, it's like we all believe in it as if it's a god.
Facts.
But
that's why it works.
Yeah.
Very more than believe in it, we revere and worship it, and therefore worship the people who created it. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't realize what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's like you have a very high level of respect for these people.
To me, it's like I laugh and cry at the same time when I think about billions of people all over the world working dead-end jobs that they hate for money to pay bills that never end. And they're constantly on that rat race where they're just like, work, pay. And they're never able to keep any, solace from it. Like they go on vacations that don't really mean anything. Like they come back to that same hell. Like, ugh.
Yeah, that's the Matrix.
Yeah,
that's Rome. That's what it is. That is Rome. That is a Roman psychology that we're all currently living in right now.
Yeah,
right.
And just the wars that it took, or the battles that it took for the Roman Empire to get us to here.
Yeah, it's a lot of work on their end, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of generational work on their end, and strategy, and
no wonder why they're not ready to give it up.
No.
You wonder why you have Jewish people that are no longer willing to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if we start having that conversation, where does that conversation end?
It ends in us being revealed, and it ends in the diminishment of my power.
Yeah.
We ain't going there.
No.
Anti-Semite.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Whatever I gotta do.
But we ain't having this conversation. We not fucking with my power, bro. And they know this. And that's ultimate. The thing about, like, in my experience with Jewish people is, like, they know what's up. They're smart. Very, very intelligent people. So they know what the fuck is going on. They know in this world that they've got it better than most people on this planet. Mm-hmm. They know they're vastly outnumbered, and they know they have, relative to other people, they have a lot of control over people, and therefore they have power. And that gives them a level of security and luxury that 99% of the people do not have.
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't really exist.
It exists in their mind.
It's a figment of all of our collective imagination.
It exists in their mind. And so for them, the calculation is that if we even start this conversation, it could end up in us losing what we got. Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't judge them for operating how they operate, because
Who has time to be mad at him? We got too much work to do.
because too much work. I'm like, I get it. You have power, you have control, you have, and you've put in generational work to get to where you are. I'm not taking that from you, bro. But I'm also not going to allow you to use victimhood as a shield to not address reality, especially as it pertains to
I'm
our
not gonna
people.
allow you to use my name and my experiences as you.
Well, that part too.
You
But
know?
what specifically? What reality? What
Like,
experience?
remember I was talking about how a lot of the people who worked for Hitler are who own the music industry today. Not necessarily those people, but their parents, their forefathers. Like,
Yeah.
that's the Nazis' great grandchildren or grandchildren. Like
That run the music industry?
that run America, that run the world.
Okay.
You know,
Go
what I
on
mean?
with that.
They where did they go? They had to go somewhere.
We talking about, okay, which class of people are we talking about?
The people who directly worked for Hitler, the people who were
Are we talking about Nazis? Are we talking about people above, like soldiers and Nazis and
above the soldiers and like the scientists, all the creative people who created the world that
okay,
you know,
that level of power, like the unseen hand.
they
there
had
we
to go
This is
somewhere.
basically-
And
I
if
understand.
they're creative geniuses, you think that America's gonna just waste all that talent?
No, absolutely.
Think about who America is.
No. I mean, but they're also the people. The unseen hand we're talking about is above principalities like America and Germany, and like they're a level above that. They're like they play a different game.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel you. Like the people who were the architects of Hitlerism, the architect of communism, the architects of American capitalism, like they're all the same group of people.
Yeah, and they pass that power and information on to their children.
Yeah. Have you read? There's a very good book. I'm gonna put a plug in here called Pawns in the Game. You heard about that one?
Pawns in the game.
Pawns in the Game.
I'm reading Economic Hitman right now.
Smart.
Oh, that's a
I
good
need to, it's a very good one. I need to actually finish that one. But yeah, that gives you like, okay, this is actually how we take over. Like this is what we do to take over nations and countries.
what we're doing.
Yeah, what we're doing. But this one, Pawns in the Game by William Guy. I don't remember his backstory.
Let me write
But
that one down. Pawns in the game.
Pawns in the Game. Yeah, brother. I can't remember. Brother that was auditing me. What's his name? Brother. Man, I love that brother too. Anyway, he told me to read it, and I did, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, I'll show it to you. It's over there in my bookcase.
Okay.
But yeah, Pawns in the Game by William Guy Carr. It talks about that, about like this, the communism, the Hitlerism, all these things are contracts that are created by the unseen hand up here. So
Have
yes,
you read Behold the Pale Horse?
no, but that's a very good. That's what the Pale Horse is. That. Yeah. Who wrote that?
I'm reading that one too right now. I go back and forth reading different books. I don't read just one at a time anymore. Pale Horse is written.
Oh, Milton William Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
Oh yeah. Already calling you a conspiracy theorist. Okay, that means he's on something. Man, that seems like a good one. Okay, so let's just put plugs out there. Behold a Pale Horse and Pawns in the Game. Oh man, this is actually because I was gonna ask you, like, 'cause I'm very, like, when we say things like that people who orchestrated Hitlerism came over in American Russia, we have to give people references to actually verify what we're saying, because these aren't things that people accept. Masses, 85% of people won't accept as true.
Yeah.
That's that's crazy. Nazis went to America. Wait, what?
I feel like it's not my job to get them to understand that it's true. I just want to plant a seed there. They hear the words and it's like, 5 years later they hear something else that relates and it's like, what?
Hold up. Satan, there's another book called Satan, Prince of this World. I just saw it. Okay, it's by the same artist that wrote Pawns in the Game. Damn.
If you
These are white people talking about Satan.
Well, if you listen to a lot of the Torah, if you listen to a lot of the Torah, you start to realize
The Talmud or the Torah?
I do that all the time.
The Torah is the Old Testament.
The Talmud.
The Talmud. Okay.
If you listen to the Talmud,
Yeah.
it's devilish, man, bro.
Yeah, the parts that are devilish are very devilish. It's
And you have a lot of Jewish scholars that are willing to admit that is what they practice.
Yeah.
Devil worshiping.
Yeah. Lucifer.
Yeah.
Lucifer.
I've been posting a lot of brother
Joshua.
Brother Joshua.
Yeah,
His
man.
name is One Brother Joshua on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And he's broken down
He's breaking it down.
all of with the secret relationships between blacks and
Have
Jews.
you read that one?
I haven't. I need to.
That's what proves like
They're
that.
sold out everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're hard to get right now.
What about on finalcall.com?
Yeah.
They're sold out?
Yeah.
That's very good news.
Yeah.
That means people are buying them.
Exactly.
I gotta treasure my copies. Thank you. I have them.
Yeah.
If you want one. But you want an audiobook,
Book
though, right?
one.
Oh, you want book one?
Wait, there's audiobooks?
No. First of all, we need to. That was our. Remember, we had.
Yeah, we talked about
we,
that.
We got to. No, seriously, that's
would
actually
be
a
awesome.
thing. We need, not just all of it. Supreme
Yeah.
Wisdom books.
Well, we can't do Supreme Wisdom, I heard.
That's against the rules.
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll get actual facts on that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, side note. Let's not forget about that. That's a very real thing, and we have the setup to do it. And I've actually.
I want to do Supreme Wisdom still for my children.
I feel you.
I want yeah.
We could probably ask Chicago that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So side note. But anyway, before that, well, it was we were talking about the oh man, damn it! I love going on tangents, but I also hate because I had to finish thoughts.
Yeah.
Man.
How far do you want to go back? Because we were talking about a lot of different.
Oh man, but like immediately right before you brought up like that question about the audiobooks, about that. Well, audiobooks because you were talking about reading. Oh,
You were
secret
talking about
relationship
the
between
devil book.
secret relationship between Black and Jews, and then Satan, Prince of this world. Okay, I get it. We were just
Satan,
talking.
Prince of this world.
We were talking about books. We were just talking about books, but you were also talking about
Let me put that one down. Satan Princess.
I haven't read that one, so I can't. I just know it's by the same guy. But essentially, that's that. Yeah, he's describing Satan, but actually how Satan works.
Yeah.
You know, because people just throw labels at like.
I try not to go too deep into Satan just because you can't fathom his depths.
No, you can't.
So
And
it's an endless, never-ending spiral.
yeah, it's endless spiral. Facts, no facts, and also you don't want to give your energy to Satan because ultimately that's devil worship.
I agree.
No, seriously.
I agree.
And then Alex Jones, for example. I'm like, okay, bro, we get it. Satan runs the world, but you're going to spend your entire life just looking at it and dumping energy?
For somebody who probably dives into that world, I don't think it's problematic for them to understand who they are.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him for doing it because
Alex Jones?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at him for doing it, but I have to ask. I'm like, you're not, for people, for someone to look at you and be like, I want to go down your rabbit hole. It's like you're not presenting a good persona. It's like you don't look healthy. You seem frantic and stressed the fuck out.
Because he is.
He is, because he's focusing his energy on Satan.
I just look at it like Satan reaps what he sows.
Exactly.
He sows the seeds of discord and chaos. Why would he not have it amongst his own tribe?
Facts.
So like
Yeah. So it's like, okay, you're gonna devote your energy to Satan. You're gonna catch that energy, and you're just gonna be miserable, as opposed to the other way, just all praise is due to Allah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the light. You're focusing on darkness. You're gonna catch darkness.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I always tell people is like, because everyone has their like, not everyone, a lot of people have their like quote unquote conspiracy moment, and they look.
I love the word conspiracy theory today because
it's
so many of
propaganda.
them have been proven correctly.
Oh yeah, I know that word is purely exclusively weaponized propaganda because that's labeled attached to things they don't want you looking at.
Whenever I hear the words, I'm like, oh, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Let's hear more.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Okay, conspiracy. Okay, what's actually going on here?
Yeah.
What do you not want me to look at? Let me assess for myself. Oh, buildings falling down like pancakes? That's a conspiracy? Okay, that looks like a controlled demolition.
What about the one that's like,
Oh, wow. Interesting.
random deaths after the COVID thing? Like,
Niggas,
random
man,
deaths?
I heard this day. Random. Hella niggas dying randomly. Randomly.
And it's not being taught on like regular news. You can only find it on social media. Like nobody's actually talking about that.
No.
Sudden death syndrome. or
Niggas
something?
is dying. You're just fucking dying.
wild.
Hard. It's crazy, bro. But it's crazy the fact that, people are still willing to buy. And we have a COVID resurgence with people who actually had the vaccines. It's like, it's very clear that they don't work. Not even to the point
But
where,
if they did it again right now, people would still take it.
yes, they would. Because they've already, the thing is, like, it's very hard to convince someone that they've been doing something wrong. So they just keep doing the thing that doesn't serve them, and then castigating you for calling them out on it. Right? So that's literally ego.
And upset that you won't participate.
That not playing your game. Yeah, man.
That's the part that baffles me. It's like, okay, we should not have our own opinions. Like you agree that whatever they say is just it, and that's the only way to think.
Yeah. No, facts, man. Yeah.
Baffling.
Yeah. But back to Satan, Prince of the World, and all these books, it's just like, yeah, it's not a good strategy to state like, oh no, what you said is like you don't focus on Satan, nor should you. But I think reading book like reading maybe some of these books just to understand potential mechanics of how we are.
Oh no. Mind you, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Like Art of War. I read that book like every other week, and it says your war is lost to the degree that you don't know your enemy.
Facts. So study.
Yeah.
Study. Don't revere and
Don't
worship.
dive deep into the intricacies.
Facts.
Just understand how he maneuvers.
Facts. Facts. And these books, I could tell by their titles, the ones you mentioned, which was, what was the one you called? It was...
Pale Horse?
Yeah, Pale Horse. I already know. It's like, okay, you guys are going to have some very good information.
That book has been floating around my house.
Yeah.
Not literally
like a pale horse.
But like I've seen my father with it as a very young child. I saw that book and it just was striking. And I just, I'm talking about 5 or 6 years old. And I've never picked it up before. And it was just like, it came back around. I was like, I've heard it 3 times this week. I need to read that book. So I
you do.
reading it.
Yeah, and then come back to the podcast and talk about it. Yeah. And I think, being very clear about, giving people the tools to be like, no, Satan is real. Here's some books written by the people who run this world, Caucasians, talking about this is what's going on.
The funny thing to me, the vast majority of people believe Satan exists.
Yeah.
They just don't care to understand in what capacity.
Facts. Because, who really wants to know and really assess the degree by which Satan controls your livelihood and life?
And I hear Christians
it's not a
all the
pleasant
time saying
feeling.
that they agree that this is the devil's world.
Yeah.
But what does that mean?
What does it mean?
If it's the devil's world, who's running it and how are you looking at them? Why are we voting Democrat? The Democrats become powerful, then that's Satan. Like, this is his world.
Exactly. And then why are you okay? You got Christmas trees in your church? Okay, where's that come from?
You're still participating in all of what Satan allows and offers. And
well, facts, because if you're, I'm talking about white Christians, you benefit from it.
Well, yeah.
No, let's be clear. It's like, okay, well
anybody who
Satan's real.
Anybody who
and this
loves
is world.
Satan's world benefits from it.
Yeah.
Even as a black person, you can become a beneficiary of Satan.
Yeah.
Just by living according to the way that he says live. You
Facts.
Drinking, you're smoking.
And you and I both have. We've been successful in Satan's world.
Yeah.
And we are. So
But then you have a shorter lifespan.
Facts.
Because the wages of sin are death.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see it all the time.
Real.
People drinking, people smoking and living this merry life. In this physical existence. It's a shortened lifespan.
That's right.
You have to live according to nature in order to have a healthy life.
Facts.
And people don't understand that.
Live according to the mandates of nature to live a healthy life. Yeah. Actually, live a natural life.
Farmers live the longest.
Actual facts?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that from?
I don't remember, but I remember when I heard it, I was like, I'll be a farmer.
Well, the reason I asked that because farmers are very stressed.
Well, I wouldn't say all farmers, like GMO farmers for sure. I wouldn't consider them in that.
Well, I would just consider even small scale farmers that don't have subsidies. I imagine the stresses of that life leading to shortened lifespans. You know what I'm saying?
I think that part of that becomes when you're doing it for profit. Well, when you're doing it for the love of it, it's different.
Well, that's different. Then can you call yours? Okay, I guess you could still call yourself a farmer if you're not a farmer for 100% livelihood. So people who farm, people who are engaged with nature live longer. I'll buy that. Yeah. But the whole, in this current paradigm, farmers live longer. That doesn't seem to be true because farmers are not a respected class of people and have a lot of stress.
I wasn't considering okay. So
you feel me? You get my point though, right?
When I say farmers live longer, I mean like 50%, right? Because when you think about the huge farms, not a lot of people own those.
Facts.
Those are owned by a handful of people.
Corporations, families.
Yeah. The vast majority of farmers worldwide are, people who are just doing it. Just small time farms, people who are farming
worldwide?
in their backyard.
Probably.
The vast majority. If you just put all the farmers in a number like 1,000, I think that more than 50% of those people are just small time farmers.
All the farmers in the world and 1,000 is in the...
If you put all the farmers in the world into a number, I don't know what that number is, so I'm using 1,000 as an example.
Oh, I understand.
If it's 1,000 people, more than 500 are small-time farmers. Probably vastly more than 500. Probably like closer to like 800 or 900 of those people are probably small-time farmers.
I agree.
Worldwide,
I agree with that.
So when I say farmers live longer, I'm talking about people who are eating natural foods, not necessarily in the big city, eating trash foods.
Understand.
That's
understand.
What I mean.
Okay. But that's also a statement that requires empirical evidence to say it's like a definite, definitive truth.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I've heard many of those types of things, and they've all
Like-
added to my psyche.
like-
Like people who raise bees live longer.
Japanese people in certain islands that have a certain diet live longer. That's one that's been proven to
Probably
be
grow
true.
their own food.
Or they just eat a lot, have this certain, they call it a certain diet that it works well. It involves fish and other stuff they eat. But that's been empirically proven to be true.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying. Because we are about actual facts.
I think a lot
Not
of
just
that
things not things that sound cool and sound true.
No, but I think there's a correlation between food to table, having the food
Yes.
closer to the table,
Facts.
meaning you're eating more living foods,
Facts.
to having a longer life.
Absolutely. That's true.
That just logically to me it adds up.
Facts. I want an empirical study that I can read and be. Yeah, you get it. I'm saying I want
I hear it
this
from a
feels
trusted
true.
source, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, cling.
Yeah. So say for example, eating 1 meal a day lives longer.
Yes.
Right. I know that to be true because of its personal how it's made me feel, and I know it to be true because it came from Elijah Muhammad, and I know based on my experience with him personally, my spiritual and everything experience, I know it to be true because it came from him. That's not something you can carry to that. It's faith-based.
Yeah.
You can't carry that to a scientific debate and be like, because people on the other side who haven't had that same experience are going to be like, prove it.
Let's be clear. I don't have scientific debates. I have philosophical debates.
I understand. But my main point is that like all things can be proven. The thing that you have said can be proven.
Yeah.
It can be proven. And also, more broadly, our belief system of the teachings, they can be scientifically proven.
Oh, they can.
They can, and
I've never
people
been
have
that
done
guy,
it.
but I know it's. I put it like this: any question that I've ever had, I could go find an answer.
Absolutely.
I have not needed an answer because I'm one of those people. I look at the world as like information is infinite. It never ends. I just want enough information to do what I need to do.
Facts.
I don't need to know every minute detail of everything.
No.
If it's successful and it's working for me, I'm gonna keep doing it.
I don't need to read the encyclopedia every day.
Yeah.
No, I just need to use it once in a while.
I could read it once and be good.
Yeah.
My mom made me write the whole thing out when I was younger.
Good. Yeah, smart. And then Malcolm read the dictionary, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
Am I going to read the dictionary tomorrow? No. But if I did, it would work.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's
It
just
would
like,
give you a better understanding of words. How can that be harmful?
not at all.
I agree. I'm just
You got to think the basis of confusion is misunderstood words. It's just not understanding what's going on.
I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, reading more words and getting their definitions, that would clear up a lot of your bullshit. Arguably, a lot of your anxiety.
Yeah.
And that's why Malcolm spoke as if he was a brother that read the dictionary. The way he talked, it was diction and clarity.
Yeah.
Very clear, punctual.
I think one of my biggest advantages was my mom making me not just rewrite the words in the dictionary, but put them into sentences. You know, she would make us take that word, look at the definition, and put that word into a sentence, and it would just be like a aardvark, and you did it all the way down.
Wow.
Yeah, she did that, and she did the timetables to us.
Like 2 times 2, 2 times 4, 2 times 3.
Whenever we were in trouble, we just had to write the entire timetable from 1 to 12 times 12. One time.
Oh, man. Those are good punishments, man.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a good mother. That's a fantastic mother.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we got in trouble a lot.
I understand. So you niggas are smart now. Congratulations. Your punishment led to you being geniuses.
I came up with the writing things down like Bart Simpson from that sketch with like 4 pencils and rubber bands. Like,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wait, you did the 4 pencil thing?
we had, once the standards became like write this sentence 100 times, because it was just like the times tables was like I got slick with it. I'd have like a piece of the timetable stuck somewhere. Like I did 2 the other day. Here goes one. Like
I understand.
it's just like she just got creative with us.
That's good. That game that you guys played of just outmaneuvering each other. That's kind of how life is.
Yeah.
That's our game with the devil,
No, it is.
right?
That's
It's just
chess.
Like, that's chess. It's like, okay, you made okay. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do.
And the sentence had to be fresh every day, so you couldn't pregame the sentence. Like the sentence was,
right.
something she came up with.
That's right. Yeah. See, that's hard. That's hard to game.
Yeah.
That's her control. It's like, okay, well, you can't finesse this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this.
But my mom was very wise.
Yeah, and she is still to this day very wise. And which is why.
At one point, she started understanding that our motivation was money, And that's when it got real good because she would, instead of allowing our creative energy to distract her, she would get us to go sell stuff.
Oh,
And then we would use that creative energy so like I started drawing stuff and my little sister would go sell it for me.
boom.
I would have little drawings and she'd be like, would you like to buy my drawing? And they would just be like, you drew this? And she would be like,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And me and her had a little business going.
There we go.
And I'd make $1 and I'd give her a quarter. And she didn't know what she was doing with the quarter anyway.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And your mom's free of y'all being pains in the ass.
And then my sister outsmarted me. She started selling my mom's business cards and stopped selling my paintings. And it's just like, oh, okay, so now you know how to make your own money.
Yeah, she game. Yeah, that's how it is. And then you got to think of another way to game her, bro. That's the chess game of life.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, man. And you got to, if you're not playing that, what are you doing in life? You always got to be thinking of how do you one up? How do you outmaster? How do you outmaneuver your opponent? Because if you stay stagnant, you're just going to get extracted. You're going to lose.
Yeah, stagnation is death.
Stagnation is death. Stagnation is death, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I work for Amtrak, and I watch these people at my job. They retire, and they don't retire to something. They retire to nothing, and it's just like, I don't ever want to do that.
No.
I think I came up with the idea to go farming because that's something I could do till I die.
Facts.
You know, I want a job that I could never be fired from.
What people wanted to do till they died? What job?
Farming.
Oh, no, you want to, but the people that you didn't want to do. What was that job?
I didn't want to work for Amtrak until.
Oh, okay, understood.
Until I'm too old to be on the train, then I have to be forced to retire and have nothing.
That's not the move.
No.
That's not the move. No.
I mean, I never thought it was the move, but the sense of urgency started to grow the longer I'm there. The more I start to feel aches and pains from this job that has me constantly in motion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's your spirit telling you better do something. Mm-hmm. You better do something, or else your worst reality is gonna come to
if you don't
fruition.
Listen to the warning signs, for sure.
Facts, bro. Wow. Yeah, and there have been times when we've allowed our fears to manifest into reality.
Yeah.
Because our fear paralyzes us, and so therefore we don't do anything, and then what you fear comes to pass.
I have this recurring fear that I'm going to hurt myself drastically and have to take off from work for a year or two, and that's going to be the catalyst. But it's like, I want to beat that.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah. I don't want to have an issue that pains me for the rest of my life because of...
No.
I want to get out of it.
Because you don't want to manifest your dreams.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it.
Not that dream.
That's a nightmare. Wait to go through a nightmare to manifest your dream. Just skip the nightmare.
It's not necessary.
Not at all.
It's not necessary.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Skip the nightmare. Go to the dream. You have that choice. Nice. Don't allow the urgency of a nightmare to propel you to where you need to go. Yeah. These are bars, bro. And I'm actually like talking to you and I'm talking to myself. I'm like, oh yeah, no, okay. There's things I'm like, okay, just handle your shit, bro.
A lot of the stuff we say on this podcast is stuff that's been mulling around in my head for decades, and being able to say it out loud, it's a sense of like release for me.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like
absolutely.
I've never been able to have these conversations with somebody because nobody had time for it.
Yeah.
You know, or B, understood what I was talking about. So
right. And the beautiful thing is like we literally make time for this podcast, and it's God time, and that's why not you and I both operate well at this hour because it's like you have the opportunity. Okay, and like the word prayer is better than sleep.
Yes.
I'm not gonna call this prayer, but it's close.
No, I agree.
I call it church.
It's communication.
It's church. Yeah. Church. It's church. We're in His name. We open up in His name.
I never understood before now how like artists say that they did this album for themselves.
Yeah. Oh, I understand.
It's like in my mind, I always thought like, oh, that's just because you knew it wasn't going to do well. But it's like you knew it wasn't going to do well when you came out with it. It wasn't your concern.
Not at all.
And I understand that now. Like I don't care. I want this podcast to be successful because I think that other people could benefit from it.
Oh, absolutely. And they have.
But I don't care if they do.
Not at all.
I'm here for myself.
I am here for me.
Yeah.
And I know that, and like we said, we've started this. We can't stop doing this.
No.
And we've known just in our personal experience, like niggas was tired, bro.
Yeah.
We was tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what am I not doing that I have been doing and stopped to allow me to feel, podcast in 3 weeks, I haven't done one. Alrighty, now I know. No, and it's just confirmation, bro. It's just like, don't disconnect from the things that bring you into power. Don't Don't ever disconnect.
That's true.
Don't leave the nation. Whatever you do.
You can't do that.
Don't leave the nation.
I've seen too many people go crazy. I've seen too many people. Just the sheer amount of people you get on a bus with and you tell them you're from the nation. Oh, yeah, I used to be from the nation.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, God. Yeah, used to.
Yeah.
I see it.
You see what happens when you play with this?
Yeah, you playing with it. Okay, and okay, do you not make the calculation? Your used to is why you're now.
I always tell them it's time to come back home. I'm sitting here right next to you because it's time for you to come back home.
Facts. No, for real. And it's like you used to be in a certain condition and now you're not. So why do you think that is? What happened?
Yeah.
Oh, you disconnected from the thing that launched you into power.
The source of power.
The source of power. Don't disconnect. Don't ever disconnect, man. So I have to always constantly remind myself. It's like, okay, podcast. Oh, podcast. All right. So we getting in this week.
Yeah. We
getting in, and we're going to continue to get it in. And the thing is, now that you're here, now you realize, oh, yeah, bro, you better come through. You better find a way to come through.
Since I've been doing this podcast, I play out the podcast on my in my day-to-day life. Like, but I'm having the conversations here. It feels better when I'm having them here.
Yeah.
This is the release of that energy.
Yeah, of course.
When I'm doing it by myself, it's the pent up energy, and it just turns it into a ball. So I like, like when we first started talking, I just started, because it's so much
rolled. Yeah, and then even tonight, I'm like, I feel the avalanche of that momentum just rolling, cascading down the hill. I'm like, you need to come through, let it out. And that's why also when we were talking earlier about when you were stopping thoughts, you wanted to preserve it. I was like, be careful with that. You don't want to clog the flow, because there's always more. Allah could always channel more. That you trying to hold on to this one thought when letting this go can allow you to a better thought, and that captures the essence of that one.
Even the little bit that I said before the camera came on, when I reset it, it came out better.
Yes.
So I agree.
Now you know. That's why I was like, okay, bro, don't do that. There's no need.
I can edit it on the fly here.
Yeah.
Versus the first time I'm saying it's the rough draft.
Yeah, exactly, man. This is the live and final present time cut, bro. That's why it's so powerful, because it's a literal flow. It's the flow.
Yeah.
It's the flow that allows us to release all of the pent up energy, the pent up thoughts, the pent up trauma. All of it just comes out, and then it meshes into a mold, and it's literally recreating. It's magical. It's magical, and that's the effect that it has on people. It's like, wait, niggas really talking about this?
Yeah, everybody that actually listens to the episodes loves it.
Everyone, you see their reactions, right?
I do.
There's very little like, I've never heard anyone be like, meh.
Yeah. No.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wait, damn.
You stop and you listen. Like, once you get in, you're in, and you like it. You love it. Like,
yeah. I've not. There has not been any been like, what that was whatever. It's always been like, wait, bro, that shit was real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not reverence, like a deep level of respect.
I think a lot of them feel the same way. And when they hear it, I feel like it gives them a sense of release.
It does.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like when you hear your thoughts, they resonate.
Yeah. Boom.
You know?
Facts. And it's like we're allowing that same feeling that we get, that release from other people. It's like, oh. And then it comes out.
Yeah.
Because all this is the exchange of energy. And that's why when I say magic, I'm not playing around with magic. I mean that.
Yeah.
It's okay, this is to define magic. Magic is just the manipulation of reality.
It's alchemy.
So I'm like, oh wow, this is literally magic, because it's allowing us to change our physical reality, how we feel, for the better. That's it. It's alchemy, magic. And
I feel like it's auditing, because when you think about what auditing is, it's the way it was explained to me is like, imagine a file cabinet is your brain, and all the paperwork that's supposed to be in that file cabinet is just tossed all over the floor. When you're able to release, or you're able to communicate, or you're able to get those thoughts out, what happens is they start lining up and being put into their order, so that you can have clearer thoughts.
Into their proper place.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you're confused and not productive.
Yeah, and you don't even know that you're confused. You're having a clear line of thought, and you're just like, what was I thinking? And
You're not productive.
Yeah.
You can't finish a train of thought. You can't finish start, change, stop as the process of change. It's like you can't move.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, and that's what a engrams and engram plague mind is. It allows you, it disables you from following from thought, intention, action.
Yeah.
There's disruptions in all three cogs of that process, and you're just running around like a dumbass, or running around like a quote unquote crazy person,
An aberrated person.
Thank you. That's the word. Aberrated person. But speaking of aberrated crazy people, I want to tell you, to finish that story about the devil in the hospital, the psychiatrist, the way I had a specific example of him like looking at me with that lustful energy. So I was in his little office, and he had like an intern with him, right? Like taking notes and watching him. And he was asking me, questioning me, so he could see the intern about my experiences and what I felt like before I went to the hospital, and because he knew what I was going to say. Because when he asked, when I was going through my experience, what did it feel like? He was looking at me with that lust. I was like, I know what you're going to say. I'm going to look at you. And then when I said, I felt like God, his eyes were just like, oh, fuck yeah. The power is mine. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I feel like to be a black man in this world, an insane asylum is at home.
There is a part of that made me realize, it's like, oh yeah, no.
If there were not drugs there, you'd be perfectly fine. Like they're not trying to stop you from just clearing up your thoughts. Like even jail, if it wasn't for the guards stopping you from being able to just study and live a peaceful life, you're at home, because this world is designed to put you in that trap, and everything on the outside of those systems, the jail, the insane asylum, is constantly attacking you.
Yeah, facts.
You know, like that's a break almost.
It's a prison on the outside as well.
Yeah.
It's a prison of the mind. Is it that this prison is more
and the only way to be free of that prison is to learn and understand the reality of your situation.
Absolutely.
Once you free your mind, there is no prison that can hold you. Like,
not at all.
You go to jail, and what happens? You start converting people.
No, for real. For real.
You know?
Yeah.
You start waking up other people, and that they don't want that in there. That's not what they want. They had to let the messenger out because he was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much. All right. Too much ruckus. You gotta go now.
Yeah.
You gotta go. Come on.
I was only in jail for 4 days. The first 3 days I was in there, and we were having deep conversations. That last day, they put me in a room with a bunch of old folks that didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. But even they started coming around, and we started having conversations. Then I was out.
I understand.
It was just like,
Yeah.
I think that's the way the system works. Like if you on point, you know what you're doing, and it was so stupid while we got locked up.
Yeah, you told me, and I understand. You wanted to see how lost found you can get.
No. Well, subconsciously that was it.
That's what it was.
But it was also
I could be a nigga too.
We were stealing clothes to go to the mosque because we were tired of wearing the same dingy clothes. It was just like I'm an adult. I'm a man. Like I'm not finna go ask my parents for no help. I'm gonna figure out how to get it myself. And
so you stole it?
Yeah, we couldn't keep jobs. We didn't have no money.
What store?
JC Penney's. Yeah, JC Penney's, because I got banned from JC Penney.
You still banned from JC Penney?
Oh no. This was years ago. My record is clean. Like,
congratulations, brother. Congratulations.
That went through the whole process of getting my record clean.
Good. Yeah. So I think you get what I'm saying. As soon as I said I felt like God, he got what he wanted. He got his little candy toys, like, and I literally saw like his eyes, like what's it called, dilate, and like get that. You know what I'm saying? So it was an exchange of energy. He took that energy, that the truth in my statement, and took it for himself. And also think about this: you call it hubris, but it's also
hubris,
but it's also it's envy, because he can't be God.
Yeah, no, he's not a conduit.
He can't be
He can only steal energy.
Facts.
He can't create it.
Facts. He cannot be the originator.
Yeah.
He can only manipulate, which is what, quote unquote, their magicians do. They manipulate the energy. They manipulate God's energy for their own purposes.
I was having this conversation earlier. I was telling somebody that, there were black slavers. Black people had slavery before white people came along. There was slavery all over the world. They turned what we had created into something that was diabolical.
Yeah, yeah.
Something the planet had never seen before.
They made it diabolical.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're taking when you're
Like
taking identity.
slavery, before that situation, slavery meant I owe you a debt and I'll pay it off with labor.
Yeah. Yep. Simple as that.
You know, I owe you a cow. I stole a cow. You know, I'll pay it off by working for you for a year.
Yeah.
And then I go, you know, meanwhile, I'm going home to my family every night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For
Meanwhile,
real.
I'm a member of this society that, you know, you still have love for me. You just know that I owe you a debt.
Yeah, and I'll work it off, and that's the agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's consensual.
Exactly.
Yeah, this transatlantic shit that was a whole other ball game.
Yeah.
That was a whole other ball game.
They went from recognizing that we were people to considering us less than animals.
Where they had to consider us less than animals because of the treatment we were given, and that's the only way you could justify that treatment if these people are not human beings.
Facts. And that was the mentality at the highest level. The mentality at the lower levels of the actual master, they didn't believe we were humans.
No.
They were made to believe that we were less than because that's how you can justify.
Facts.
Yeah.
But the irony of that is, by treating someone like that, you literally become demonic. You become less than human.
For sure.
You become a beast.
Yeah, you reap what you sow.
You beast. You become a beast, and then now you're reckoning with your beastly like nature. Right?
Yeah.
And when we call it out and show it to you, you kill the messenger, or you deny.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Our people who recognize who the enemy is, but say that I'm going to do this evil thing so that I can make enough money and then actually be able to create change. Such a slippery slope.
It's a very slippery slope. Yeah, it's just you end up in hell.
Yeah,
you end up under Satan's control.
And then the wages of your sin are something that you can't justify.
You can't justify, and then all of a sudden you're just like you're living in a world that you created with your sin, which is hell. You're okay. Now you can't. Yeah, your plan didn't work because you trapped yourself.
Yeah,
you trapped yourself.
There's no way out of this thing.
There's no way out of that. Yeah, that facts. And that's what you finally. That is what coming to God means. Like, no, I can't cheat my way to the heaven. I can't cheat my way to heaven. Can't steal or cheat my way to heaven. The only way to God is through truth.
Yeah.
With yourself.
And that burden will become increasingly heavy to the point where you can't bear it anymore and you collapse under the weight of it.
Facts. So, also why auditing is effective, because it clears you of that burden, because it forces you to take responsibility for what you've done. Forces you. Because if you don't take responsibility for it, then it's going to still be engram, and it's still going to be mass on your case. It's still going to be there. And in order for you to take responsibility, you have to confront it, take responsibility, and do what it takes to repair whatever's you've done, and then you can move on.
I think,
but most people just stay repeating sin after sin after sin and justifying it and justifying, and then degrading the people that they're sitting against and making it sound like they deserve it. That's the psychological mechanism by which it works, and which the cycle repeats itself. It's like, oh, this person's bad, I'm going to do some other bad stuff. Okay, now it's this person has to be bad to justify what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So not only you're doing bad things, you're justifying it and doubling down by reducing the terminal of the person you're sinning against, and that explains why they treat us. That explains why they treat us like this.
You're able to do worse things because the last thing you did was just an inch over.
Yep.
so the next thing can be just an inch over, and it's not as bad as like what that person is doing or this bigger worse thing that I could be doing.
So I'm gonna whip this slave. Okay, I'm gonna whip the slave. I'm gonna whip him harder.
I'm gonna whip him so that master won't whip him.
Yeah.
And I'll whip him, bad enough that master will accept, but good enough that he's not gonna be, dead.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to kill him or like. Yeah. But yeah, you're still part of that system, and as long as you're submitting to that system, you are helping the system, regardless to how you think that you can justify it.
And think about this: it's like you can't after you understand the psychology of repeating sin after sin and reducing the terminal of your sin. You understand the relationship between whites and blacks in this country. Mm-hmm. They've reached the point of no return. You've reached the point of no return to where we have to operate. We have to us to them. We have to be in their mind. There's a part of them that has to be like, that they deserve this, right?
Yeah, because we're complicit.
Yeah. Okay. The wickedness is war, and they use they use the Bible to justify their treatment. They use whatever it takes. But it's like they have to.
I look at it like a viral infection.
Oof.
You know, once you got the virus, you work for the virus, and you continue to spread the virus.
Facts, man.
You know, you're now the virus, essentially. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's why we practice separation, and it's purely because we know there's no other way.
yeah,
It's like, no, we understand you're so deep in this game of sin, specifically against us, that you're not in a position to help us. You're not. You're only in a position
to help yourself.
To help yourself, and ultimately just keep us in this condition of beneath you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why it's such an interesting thing, being a celebrity.
Go on.
Because they control celebrities. You know,
Yes.
They created that monster.
Yes.
And they use it to control us. So it's like for any of us to put weight into what a celebrity says is folly.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it doesn't matter the celebrity. It doesn't matter the Kanye West.
You said that kind of contradicts it earlier. It's like, you care what Kanye? If it's you care what Kanye says,
I care about the truth.
Okay, I understand.
I can't care about Kanye. I can like him.
I
I can love his music.
Yeah.
But I can't. He's my brother. He's a black
facts.
man. He's my brother.
Facts.
But
facts.
to the degree that he is caught up in that world, that to that degree, I can't care about him.
Oh, I understand.
You know?
Yeah, I understand.
I can't. I have to listen to him with a grain of salt and not and take from it the good.
Absolutely.
But I can't be invested in anything he comes up with, anything he says. Like,
You can't be emotionally invested in that.
Not at all.
No, but zero. And I've long lost that, so I don't trip on what he says at all. And people are like, "Oh, I'm like, I don't like it." It's not about or dislike.
I get energy when he says the truthful things. I do.
I get energy when he says powerful truths.
Yeah.
That's why I like Minister Farrakhan, because he speaks powerful. He speaks exclusively
everything he says.
Bars, truth. Everything he says is just powerful truth.
Name another person like that, and you'll name somebody that I like. But
no facts. No facts.
I don't have there's not a time something has come on and he was talking and I didn't just stop to listen, because it's like
facts.
You know.
Yep.
It's nothing but bars.
And nothing. He is nothing but bars.
Yeah.
It's all bars all the time.
Yeah.
And it's you got to keep in mind. Yeah, I get why Satan hates him, because you're the opposite. You lie.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
To yourself all the time, and you're caught up in the web of your own deception. So when someone like Minister Farrakhan comes and speaks,
the truth makes you feel like a vampire.
Facts, because you are. That's the nature of who you are. You're Satan. You suck on the energy and blood and money of the masses to live your livelihood. Yeah. And we discussed moments like, you do this for real. And the only thing we haven't proven is, do you actually suck blood? you taking blood.
Yeah.
You're injecting blood, but are there actually some of you actually do vampire stuff? TBD. I'm not gonna say I don't care. I'm curious, but I'm not gonna die if I don't find the answer to this specific conundrum.
I'm not curious because I believe it exists.
I am not. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know I'll never be able to prove it,
and I can't prove it wrong. I cannot prove that a man can't live on another man's blood. I can't prove it.
I'll never be able to.
I can't. I know it's probably.
I wouldn't want to be in the circles where proving it exists.
I understand. That is a dilemma.
Especially since I am one of the target demographics.
Oh man, all day.
You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, big juicy black man, bro. Yeah, you are.
I'm good.
You're a target.
I want to be far away from those rooms. Far away from those rooms.
Yeah, because you are the prey.
Yeah.
You are the prey.
Yeah.
Like I was a prey in the hospital.
Unless I stay far away.
I understand.
You know?
I understand. Yeah. So it's best not to. Since that experience, I haven't been back in the hospital. That's for damn sure. I ain't going back there.
If you start looking for vampires, you might find some.
Absolutely.
That's a reality.
Yeah, I understand.
So for me, it's just like,
Okay. All right.
I'm staying in the sun.
And they don't. Man, I mean, if vampires don't like the sun, this is like, man, this shit is real. Like, okay, no, there's something going on here. Yeah. Even the metaphor of a vampire is very real.
They're telling you.
They're telling you who they are, man. I'm telling you.
They don't like people who have immunity and natural immunity because garlic.
Man, that's right. I've been eating a lot of garlic recently too.
I love garlic.
I love garlic.
I put
It's
that
so
in
good.
everything.
So garlic is the best.
Yeah.
It's magic. It's
Yeah.
the best. It's the best. Actually, I'm like craving garlic.
Have you had a
Like roasted garlic right
I'm
now.
fasting for this is my second day of fasting right now. Like I'm doing not Ramadan fasting.
Oh, okay. I'm on day 9 right now, bro. I'm on one.
I forgot about starting in December.
Oh, okay.
So to kick it into full drive, I
Yeah.
did a 3-day fast, and I'm gonna kick on to December, and I'm gonna do January, the first week of January.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do that. Yeah. And you're gonna do just daylight? No.
After this 3-day fast, it's gonna be only after the sun goes down. I'm gonna eat after the sun goes down.
Okay,
Right now, I'm doing 3 days straight, nothing but tea and
Oh,
coffee.
you're not eating.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
That fast. Okay. So 3-day that fast, and then you're gonna do the Ramadan fast.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just doing December Ramadan fast. Yeah.
So immediately just now I started salivating because you were talking about garlic, and I was thinking about whenever I get sick, my mom made us toast with garlic and honey.
Oh,
Bro, yeah,
Wheat toast with
especially the homemade bread.
Oh,
You get the thick homemade bread with you toast it twice, and you put the honey on top and the garlic on top, and it's a flavor that is not comparable.
Oh man,
Thinly sliced garlic.
homemade bread, garlic, and honey.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, that's heaven.
Yeah.
That's what heaven tastes like, bro.
Yeah.
No, seriously, that's what heaven tastes
Bro,
like.
I want to raise bees. Like,
I literally had that same. I want to grow garlic and raise bees and make my own bread
oh yeah.
right now. That's what I
I
want to
watched
do
the
right
video
now.
that showed how to make bread.
Oh man, have you made bread before?
No.
You haven't made sour? Oh, bro,
I don't like baking.
That is fine. I understand. You don't like baking.
I don't have the
You and
patience
Timo
for
don't
it.
like baking. Yeah.
But I think I can
I
get
love
there.
baking.
I think I can get there.
Have you made a bean pie before?
No.
What?
No baking.
You've never made a bean pie?
No baking.
Wow, bro.
Don't like baking. I took a class in baking. This is not my thing.
I understand.
I did pretzels. I did breads. I did cookies. I did all kind of stuff, and I didn't like it.
Man,
Because when I'm cooking, I have full control.
I feel you, bro.
When you're baking, you set it and forget it, and
facts.
when you come back, you hope that it's what you wanted.
I understand.
And I did not like that feeling.
I like that surprise. I don't like this.
I
I like putting in work, setting and forgetting. Like pregnancy.
I like the idea that as it's cooking, I can taste it
I feel you, bro.
and adjust it.
I feel you, bro.
And then when it comes out, people are like, wow.
Yeah.
Because that was intentional the whole way through.
Facts.
Versus baking, it's like you have to be a scientist in the very beginning and be very meticulous, because if you go off in the left or off in the right and one minute, you change the recipe.
Facts.
There's a difference between cake and bread.
Yes, there is.
There's a difference between bread and a tortilla. Like,
Yes, there is.
you know?
Yeah. All of which sound delicious right now.
Oh yeah. Anything.
Man.
Anything.
Oh man. Yeah.
My wife made a bowl of bean soup, and I was just angry. I was like, I gotta get out of this place.
Oh, bean soup, like bean soup right
And
now.
she made lentil bean soup with curry in it.
Oh
potatoes and
man. Oh, I love the nation, bro. I love the nation so much.
Yeah.
So much. Oh man, and I want it all right now.
Getting jealous of a bowl of bean soup. Like,
Oh man, that sounds so good right
I came home to quiche.
now. Oh.
It had goat cheese in it.
Oh.
Broccoli. She sauteed the broccoli. She roasted the potatoes.
She killed the game.
Yeah.
She killed
It was
the game.
quiche and soup. I was just
That
in
3-day
heaven.
fast.
I was like, all right, I'm fasting today because this is a meal that I can fast on. Like after having that, nothing's gonna compare to that. So I'm fasting off that.
I understand.
It's like, and I want quiche to break my fast.
Okay, yeah, no, quiches. Oh, I love it. I love eggs.
I'm going to go buy the ingredients
I love
tomorrow.
eggs, man. I love eggs.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway,
That's all my sister can eat right now. She's enjoying. She's back, by the way.
I saw her and I spoke to her today. I know very, very clearly. I said, I'm happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Your brother told me everything. Damn.
Yeah.
Because when I looked at her, she saw like that. I think she probably.
Everybody in the nation knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I was like, because I made a beeline. I was like, I saw Salih. I was like, oh shit, your wife's here. Okay. Went over there. I was like, thank you for being here.
She's so grateful to be out of the, that
She
out
looked
of the
grateful.
hospital. Yeah.
She looked
she's
grateful.
Happy. She's just
She looked
loving
good.
the believers.
And I have it there. She looked healthy. She looked good. Like she looked like the look on her face is like, phew, damn.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was crazy.
Man. But yeah.
But she's one of the strongest people I've ever met.
Yeah, man. And she proved it. She made it. It's like
But just her attitude the entire time. Like,
she wasn't tripping.
In the beginning, she was, but once she got to that point and she just realized, you got to leave it in the hands of Allah.
Aw, bro.
Everybody that came into the hospital left with a better spirit than when they got there.
Boom, boom. So everyone benefited from that trial, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the nature. That's the whole point of trials, is to extract the good from you so you can spread it to the world.
Yeah.
Facts, and that's what happened. She did her. She's a soldier, and she did her work.
And now she's talking about going to drill at the Savior's Day drill team.
Hey, bro, I'm trying to drill. Like, bro, it's drill time, bro. It's drill time.
That's what time it is.
No, it's drill time, and I get it.
It's time to fall in line.
It's facts. And the beautiful thing about drill is like it forces you to take instruction and operate as efficiently as possible. It's a beautiful process, bro.
It is.
It's so beautiful. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was cool, but I've always been like, oh, like I don't need a drill. You feel me? I had that.
The mental and spiritual aspect of drill is second to none.
Oh, and now Allah gave me the cognition. It's like, you need to go to drill class tonight. And now I realize why. Okay, no, don't sleep on drilling, bro.
It's funny too, because like when you're drilling, you feel the demons. It's like you feel I want to scratch here. I want to move here.
Yeah.
And like, falling in line is not a simple thing to do,
Man.
when you're coming from the world, and Captain Halim was magical at it when we were younger. He used to say, stuff like, well, y'all ain't had y'all Wheaties this morning, or stop scratching where it don't itch. Just little things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not really itching. I just want to move.
I understand. Yeah, man.
That cognition, that understanding of drill in that
drilling
level
is so beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
And I drilled before I got here. It's a beautiful thing.
To me, drill is a metaphor for life in the same way that chess is.
Facts, bro. What's the metaphor?
It's just like when you're talking about drill,
do what God says.
When you're talking about drill, it's repetition. It's being disciplined. It's not moving when you're not supposed to move, and it's moving when you're supposed to move.
Facts.
Just like chess is all about strategy and how ways to live your life.
Facts.
Drill is also ways to live your life.
Facts, bro. Yeah, and I didn't need any more motivation, but I've got even more motivation. Is like I'm gonna drill whenever possible. I've always loved drilling, but I've never been like, oh, I mean, do I need to devote an hour of my life to go and drill?
I've got a lot of engrams around drill.
I understand. I can only imagine. I can. Oh man,
a lot.
I can only imagine.
Starting from being an infant and my dad making us line up to drill as not necessarily a punishment, but it was perceived as a punishment.
That's an engram.
It's like, y'all are being crazy right now. Line up, fruit 10. That's the beginning of it.
Oh,
all the way to like, drill team competitions where you pour your heart and soul into it and not coming home with the goal.
Ooh.
Understanding the psychology of like, I can give my all and not be successful at something.
Man, now I get why Marquise takes this drill. So he takes it very seriously.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. No, like militantly. Because there's stuff that came up about like...
I've never been in a room full of grown men crying before drill.
Oh my God.
I never thought that I'd experience it without I
didn't. I treated it more like a sport. It's like, I like baseball. I'm not gonna play baseball. I don't have to. I'm gonna go do something else. No, it's not sport. It's drill. It's military.
There's a lot to it.
No, I had no idea. Because even I've gone to Savior's Day, I haven't sat down and watched a drill competition. I've watched like a little bit of it. Then I'm like, okay, I want to go back to my room. I want to go get some meat.
There's nothing like actually learning to drill to make you care about the drill team competition.
Bro, that's where I'm at right now. And I went to practice tonight to be on that level because I'm like, yeah, I'm a soldier. I'm active, super active. Bro, you're not going to be active and not drill? Come on. Allah told me that. Not like in a way that shows me that I was wrong for thinking. It was like, no, bro, this is your next level.
How you going to be a soldier and you don't know how to do like an original salute?
No, for real.
Properly.
For real. And that was humbling for me because you get in moments where you're on a groove and you're doing like me just fighting. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a fighter. But like, no. Chill. Yeah. There's always more you can do. There's always more you can learn.
Oh, that's one of the things that make people feel daunted about the Nation of Islam. But if when you really think about it, it's the thing that should make you love the Nation of Islam.
Really?
No, the fact that it's a lifestyle.
Facts.
It doesn't have. It's not
a beautiful lifestyle.
It's not something that you can pick up on a weekend and just do it on a Sunday.
No.
It has the answers.
It's drilled into you. You've got to drill it.
But it has the answers to eliminate the distractions.
Facts.
When you take it seriously and you start to understand who you are, what the world is, and the reality of it, and you start to realize that there's an alternative to all of it.
Yes, sir.
And the Nation of Islam is coming up with a solution for everything.
Yes, sir.
You start following it, and your life will improve.
Yes, sir.
That's simple. But the distractions are very real. They exist, and to the degree that you allow the distractions to distract you, is to that degree that you will be unsuccessful.
Facts. That's real, bro.
Yeah.
And I needed to hear that. And then the power of the drill gives you. It makes.
I needed to say it.
No. And the power of the drill, what it does is, it makes the distractions not. You don't even want to look.
Yeah, that it teaches you how not to look.
Yeah, it forces you not to look where you're not supposed to be looking.
Imagine doing a series and you actually scratching the itch. It's gonna throw you off. You can't be thrown off.
Facts, man.
You have to be disciplined.
Facts, bro.
To drill.
You know what? And I'm thinking, like, my thing is, like, I get, even with my mind, I'm scattered. Even like with my productivity, it's very chaotic and scattered. And I'll make Allah's like, okay, bro, you want all these fancy solutions? Here's your solution. Get your ass and drill. So now I'm like, but bro, yeah.
It's also the answer to disappointment.
Go on with that.
It's like, a lot of our disappointment comes from the fact that we're not necessarily applying ourselves to the degree that we're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
You're not in this Nation of Islam doing the work and disappointed.
Yeah.
Facts. The reason why you're disappointed is because you're on the sideline somewhere.
Facts.
And you're an objective viewer. Like, people that are actually doing the work and actually being disciplined and not allowing the vices and the conveniences to distract them aren't dissatisfied.
No, sir.
They understand the mission and they're fulfilling their part in it.
Yes, sir.
They don't have complaints.
Not at all. They're productive.
It's like, this is the work. I'm doing the work.
It's work. And you see someone like Captain Halim is just like, okay, yeah. That's someone who's just consistently productive.
Yeah.
Right? And that way, he's not affected by any of the BS. It's just like, it isn't, okay, well, I'm just going to keep doing my thing. And then you could take my advice. You could take it or leave it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality. Like,
period. And that's his time. And even like the thing about.
That's anybody who studies.
Facts.
Anybody who's disciplining themselves.
Yeah, facts.
You could take it or leave it alone because I don't got time for the distraction.
No, facts. And you realize the more you dump into the nation, the more you get out of it.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, even we both know this, but it's like there's still like that hesitancy of like, okay, well, I still want to look over there. Oh, over there.
Not while you're drilling.
Yeah. No, not while you're drilling. Absolutely not, bro. No, drilling is a cure. It is the cure for all. It's a cure for ills.
I remember we were doing a drill team. We were doing a series. We were practicing for Savior's Day, I think, and we were all teenagers. And we were at the mosque on Vermont, and Brandy walks in.
Your Aunt Brandy.
Brandy. The musician, Brandy.
Oh, Brandy.
Moesha.
Brandy.
And we're standing at attention. It's just like.
It's funny.
Funny. And everybody wants to get out of line and go run to Brandy, but she's there to observe, and so we all kept our discipline. And it was just like,
that's what's up.
Yeah. And as it should be. Like,
oh man, no. Oh, I love drilling so much.
Yeah.
I loved it before, but now, like now I could love it. Like, I understand. What's our boy's name?
Which one?
Sister Valerie's son.
Marquise,
yeah. Marquise is like, no, because the way he was talking, something happened where he was talking about drill at such a high level of sincerity. I was like, bro, this shit is really that serious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, because before I went into the mentality, I knew it was like serious. I thought, here we go.
They make it look fun, like they're having fun with it.
I thought it was more cool than I thought it was cool
than serious.
I still think it's cool. Don't get it. I think it's cool, but I thought it was more cool than
this shit for the sake of being cool.
Facts. Cool because it looks cool, and cool because it gives you some benefit because it's discipline. Let's do a black man.
When I was growing up,
it wasn't a bad cool.
No. But when I was,
but you get what I'm saying.
We didn't have beats to the drill.
Yeah.
We didn't have soundtracks. Drill is so much cooler looking at it now on Instagram because
Yeah.
it's got all this music behind it. It's just
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's just lit. Like, this is some shit. I'm right there. I can see myself.
Okay.
Like, this is dope.
All right. See, now like the one thing that's like the one thing in my nation experience I haven't like gotten to the culture of. Like I've drilled when I go to FOI class, but as far as like the orchestrations and drills and drill competition, that's just been like I've always been like, oh, that's not for me. Now I'm like, oh no, it's for everyone. It's a requirement. You got to drill.
Marquise is a beast at choreography.
He's disgusting with choreography.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing a lot of his persona, a lot of his discipline, a lot of how he moves and able to operate comes from drilling.
Yeah, his discipline. The two most successful junior FOIs or people that I grew up with, my brother and Marquise, are the two best drillers to me in the mosque.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So Fahim could drill too.
Yeah.
Oh
Fahim's
man.
cold.
Okay. All right.
When we have Muhammad says, it's Fahim and Marquise up there. There's usually a third brother somewhere.
Okay.
But he usually doesn't make it.
Okay.
it's
So
Marquise
look
and
at
Fahim.
look at their success in drilling and look at their success in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, it's very clear. Get to drilling. Now, I didn't need any more convincing, but now I'm like, all right,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a Muhammad says at some Sunday meeting
absolutely.
before we get to Savior's Day. Just to Captain Alim is in the spirit of drill right now, so that's the direction we're about to start going.
There we go. And I think now my attitude, now my fighting spirit is like, all right, I see you, Marquise. All right, bro. I got you, bro. Yeah. You're not gonna out Muhammad says me, dog.
Oh yes, he is.
I know that, but my mind is like, oh, okay, all right. I see you, Professor. But one day I'm gonna submit you. And that's the same with it's competitive spirit.
I think it's the ability to drown out all the noise.
Yeah.
The ability to quiet the mind and be hyper focused on one thing. I'm not a master at that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
That's my weakness. Is like it's hard to be hyper focused on one thing. I get distracted.
I'm always doing two or three things at a time.
No, me too, bro. And I'm known for that.
I think Marquise and Fahim and him have like figured out that tunnel vision, how to turn it on when they need to.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
I haven't been able to master that. I need
You need drill. See, very clear. You need drill.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Tuesday night, Thursday night, Monday night, bro.
Oh, I mean,
there we go. I mean, I'm just like now I gotta hold you responsible. Now I gotta be like, all right, bro. Like, okay, cool. You got a beard, but you know what you gotta do.
Yep. I cut the beard off. I knew it was time for that.
I understand.
It was
yeah.
Who am I? I had a lot of excuses.
Dude, of course, I
I'm
understand.
incognito right now.
You are being cognito, and I saw it the whole time.
If I got to do some dirt, I could just shave this off real quick and be a different person.
I understand. I saw it the whole time.
Yeah,
I saw it the whole time.
But the fact is, we can't be doing dirt.
No,
because any dirt we do gonna get us caught up and
get trapped in your beard.
Yeah, that's facts.
No, for real. For real. That's why we don't have beards.
No, yeah.
It attracts dirt.
Yeah.
So it attracts physical dirt, and then you let it linger too long. Then that comes the mental dirt. Mental dirt.
Yeah.
Then the spiritual dirt, and then all of a sudden, now you don't fuck with the nation.
And now you
don't mess with the nation.
Wallowing in the dirt.
Facts, and you're not in the mosque. You're not in the nation anymore. Oh, because you got dirt. That's what it comes down to, bro.
That slippery slope is slippery.
That's what it comes down to. You ain't in the mosque because you're committing. You're doing things you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Things that you shouldn't
be doing. Facts, because you've justified them, and now you feel good. And now instead of being like, I shouldn't be doing these things, it's like the mosque is bad because they don't allow me to do things that I like now.
And I just started.
The mosque becomes the enemy.
I started to have that cognition that even though in my dreams I'm watching everybody else getting caught up in the blood, I could easily be the one in the blood watching somebody else as they're escaping.
Tell me about this dream. Let's go, because I went into detail about my dream, but you never told me about the blood to the horse's bridle dream. What actually happened? So is it a recurring dream?
No, it was a dream. I wouldn't say that it was actually sleeping dreams. These are more daydreams. Like you would hear people talking about this in different mosque meetings, and my mind would go off into a tangent. And I drew a picture of it. That was the last painting I actually painted. Was like, it wasn't blood. It was fire.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to properly draw or paint the fire on top of blood. It was hard enough to paint fire or a sea of fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Let alone a sea of fire on top of blood.
Yeah.
I'm a new painter. I just started like 2 years ago. So.
Yeah.
getting my chops. But it's like, I just imagine like, cars burning up and buildings on fire, crumbling, and cities being trashed.
Yes, sir.
And it just, to me, it was like, I've always had this vision, and I think I probably have told you about this one, where it's like, I've never been able to see myself to escape it. I've always had the mentality that like I would risk my life or give my life to make sure that my family escaped it.
Yeah.
And every time I had that dream, it was like me pushing, either Fahim, Jalila, or my mom or somebody onto a baby plane or something as it's about to take off. Me giving myself, sacrificing myself. And it's just like, that's never been a sad thing for me. It was always a happy thing for me to be able to make sure that they were secure.
That seems to have been your role growing up.
Yeah.
Right? Your big brother.
Yeah. It was the recurring role. It was like,
yeah. I'll take these bullets right now, but I'll make sure y'all don't got to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah, this is why you were more affected by your father leaving than they were, right?
Well, I think, they weren't around they were around for the good stuff, but I don't think they were old enough to remember it as much, Like, my dad was a big, goofy dude.
No, was he funny?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
His constant jokes, constant playing games, like quarters behind the ears, lifting you on his shoulders. I remember he took us to the beach one time, and he swims like a fish because he used to be in the Army.
Yeah.
And so he took us far out into the water. I'm terrified, holding on to his ear, holding on to his shoulder.
Man.
He's just dying laughing so much that he's just like swimming, and I'm holding on to his head. He's like, don't be scared. Like, just trying to teach us how to,
So he's cool, bro.
He's a big goofball.
Man. Is there any comparable person in the mosque that would compare to his energy? He sounds dope.
I mean, I see a lot of.
And if your mom liked him, I already know he's cool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Dumb cool.
Yeah.
I see bits of him in almost everybody. Though.
Understood.
Like, all the FOI that helped raise me, I see parts of what they,
Is he like Marquise?
He's goofy like Marquise.
Marquise is goofy. We get along really well.
Goofy and charismatic like Marquise.
Goofy, charismatic, and then me and him, goofy, charismatic, and light skin. So it's just like, me and Marquise got a vibe.
I mean, my dad was a black guy. We were all, black guys.
Yeah. I'm not a black guy, bro. I'm a light skin.
Okay, you're a black guy. Regardless to what you, they start lining us up. Get all the black guys. You're a black guy.
I am a black guy. This is the truth.
We don't survive in this world very well without being charismatic and knowing how to, maneuver.
Facts, bro. But what Being the Nation did, what has done, it makes me forget that I'm light. The light skin don't matter. Like I'm one of you. I'm a black man.
That's your hang up, not ours.
Facts, bro. Absolutely. It's like, no, it's just gone. It's completely gone. And
the deeper you get into the nation, white guy isn't even a thing.
Facts, bro.
They're children. They're our children.
No, that's exactly.
We just letting them run the house right now, so it looks crazy.
Facts. I mean, because we don't know how to build a house yet.
No, we know how to build a house. We've lost the knowledge because we're like when you wake up in the morning, that 5 minutes before you hit the snooze button again, and there's no thoughts in your head.
Yeah, that's us.
That's our perpetual state.
Yeah.
But the knowledge of building a house is still there.
You gotta wake up.
Yeah,
you gotta wake up.
You let your kids run the house for that 5 minutes.
Facts. They run it, and then you press snooze. They go, oh, they press snooze.
It's like I can't even get no sleep because they running it. It's chaotic right now.
It's chaos. Yeah. What are you niggas doing?
Imagine letting them make breakfast and you eat raw food now. Like.
That's the perfect metaphor for what is going on. That's really good. That's a really good state. That's our state. It's just like, man, I'm tired. I had a rough night. I press snooze. What's going on? What's that ruckus over there?
I've been up till 3, and they wake up at 6.
Thanks.
And I gotta get up now. Like,
exactly.
That's the time it is.
That's what time it is. We all gotta get up.
I hit the snooze button 3 times already.
Man, you're making me want when I hit. I stay molesting that snooze button, bro. It's enough. I need to stop doing that.
And your kids come in and they're dancing to the snooze button. Like.
Man, no, I need to stop that. It's a bad habit. I used to never press snooze growing up. I would just wake up because it's a responsible thing. Why would I set my intent? Man, you set your intention and you say, fuck my intention. I want to be a nigga. for 5 more minutes.
Sleep feels good.
It does. It feels very good. It feels very good. I've even like look at my bed with like lust recently. Like 'cause I get it.
You don't have to run the world while you're asleep.
Facts, bro.
You don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders while you're asleep.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. Man, I've been like even like waking up for prayer, turn on the light, and like looking at my bed and being like, I'm gonna get you after
for the
prayer.
last
All right,
2
I
weeks.
got you, Allah, but I'm not gonna not go to that bed, bro. I'm not gonna not go to that bed. Like, come on.
For the last 2 weeks, I've been pondering about the weight of being a king.
Ooh.
The weight of being a manager, the weight of managing people's expectations of you
Yeah.
while setting your expectations on them and expecting them to be able to fulfill those expectations.
Man, that's weight.
You know?
That is weight. That's weight.
And it's like, it makes sense because it's like, it makes sense that the Game of Thrones is so contested. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you start to understand why Caucasians kept it in the bloodline.
Yeah.
You need to have people that are invested in your success
Facts.
to the same level that you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you get these other families to come help and put them in powerful positions, they all want the throne
Facts.
because they want to be able to not have to be taking orders from somebody else.
Facts.
Nobody wants to take orders from somebody else.
No.
Like, they want to, and everybody thinks they can do it better than you.
Absolutely.
So you have to learn how to
Manage
those
that.
expectations.
Manage that dynamic of people being like, man, look, you ain't shit. I got this shit. I'm only doing it because I have to.
Yeah.
That's rulership.
Yeah.
That's rulership.
Yeah.
That's governance.
It is.
It's responsible. It's
That's
the
all a king is. It's somebody that's figured out how to manage that.
facts. Better than the competition.
Yeah.
Right? To the point where his system just works better than the competition, and people are just, okay, I'm only going with this because it's working and better than the alternatives.
And you look at those like those movies like The Tudors and you look at the king in them, and you think of him as being cruel, but then you look at the kings that were nice, and you look at them as weak.
Facts.
You just innately have this mentality that like the ones who were nice, who did everything that was pleasant, are weak. And then the ones who were cruel and did all these crazy things, they stayed in power longer. They were, what was necessary.
Yeah, or they got murdered.
Yeah. Or they got murdered.
I'm going to bring up the Romanov dynasty before the communists took over Russia. Tsar Nicholas, have you heard about him?
Probably not.
Yeah, he's a piece of figure. He was of the Romanov dynasty was the dynasty before the Bolsheviks took over Russia and made it quote unquote communist.
I've heard of the Bolsheviks.
They were Bolsheviks were the quote unquote communists that murdered the. It's the story of Anastasia.
Okay.
Anastasia was part of the Roman, I believe, part of the Romanov. Let me just make sure. I want actual facts on this. Part of this Romanov family, and obvious. Yeah, Anastasia. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, Anastasia was his daughter. He was the father of Anastasia. Tsar Nicholas was, but anyway, they murdered that whole family. But it turns out that Tsar Nicholas was a damn good ruler. He was a damn good king, and people just assume that the word king is bad. Like even in our society, it's like a king isn't bad if he knows how to manage all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A monarchy isn't bad if they know how to manage it.
If you think about that line of thinking, it shows that people don't like intelligence.
Facts. They have they don't respect intelligence, and they don't respect intelligence and competency. And then power, but mostly intelligence and competency is like it takes a lot of, like you said, the weight of managing all that is not easy at all.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's made easier when everybody in your kingdom is family.
Facts. No, it is.
And so it makes me realize why the kings that were successful had large lineages.
Yes.
And
you start realizing the function of having a large family to help you administer the kingdom.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to do it when there's blood involved. And then you got to think, so if you hate kings, but democracy is better, where you got your bunch of dumb, ignorant niggas voting and banging on other people for not voting, that's better.
I mean,
because that rewards the people that do run the show to keep the people as ignorant as possible.
It does.
And that's what it is. That is the state of the Western world, of Rome today.
And that's why the eventuality of this world is robots.
Facts. No, facts. And we're well on that way. Even you see like all these AI pictures, like, bro, like, oh, they're here. They're here.
Yeah.
Making dope pictures, making people want to like, okay, ooh, I like this.
To me, it's funny because like they call it artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
When the truth of it is, it's not intelligence. If it was intelligence, it would replace us.
Facts.
They're not creating intelligence. They're creating mimicry.
Ooh. Well said.
You know, they're creating these.
That duplicate
Yeah.
at a high degree.
Yeah.
Probably more productive.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So
Duplication is productivity.
facts. So why wouldn't you want that as a ruler? It's like, oh, I get this. I get the productivity without the bullshit. Niggas bitching.
Without
Okay.
the feelings.
Without the feelings and
Without
the
the
bullshit.
emotions.
Let's manage the people with feelings and bullshit and all that stuff in robot time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're entering robot time. And I keep getting like signs that robot time is coming and it's here.
It's here.
It's here. It's here. I think it's here.
It's here.
It's here. It's here.
To the extent that they want to integrate us with robots, like
Yeah.
our physical bodies with mechanisms and machines.
Yes, sir.
They don't
Transhumanism.
they don't see a purpose for us going forward.
No, especially if you're a black man.
I mean,
No, not a fully functioning, non-robotic, free-thinking black man. Oh God, no.
Yeah.
That's got to go. All right, kill the niggas, robots, and the ones that are cool. We could put some robots in them, and then all right, let's just
you saw the police,
run it up.
the police dogs in
Portland.
yeah.
Is that where it is?
Yeah,
They gave the authority for robots to kill human beings.
exactly.
Was that Portland? I think that was Portland. Yeah, I did see that.
I think it was. I know it was up north. I wanted to say Sacramento or something, but it might be Portland. I'm not sure.
Actual facts.
Yeah, I had a
Robots that kill.
yeah.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. I knew it was an S.
San Francisco.
So you know what the purpose of that?
To kill? No, I don't. I haven't done my homework on this.
Because you can't sue a robot that kills somebody.
You can't sue the police department if they employed that robot.
No, I mean, like, you can sue a police officer and he goes off the force, but a robot was trained to eliminate a threat. A robot is smarter than people, and they made sure that this was the right thing to do.
Man, no.
It takes away the guilt, and they still get to kill us.
Facts. Did you come to this with your own cognition, or did you hear support? Okay,
No,
I understand. Because my view is like I'm sure there's something to sue if a robot erroneously kills you. I just think you would sue the city that employed them.
The officers are the ones who are having the problems right now.
Facts.
I mean, the
But
officers-
you get rid of the personality of suing, and you get okay, cool.
People aren't smart enough to think that there's a system. They don't want to believe that there's a system. So they go after the officer.
Oh, facts.
So the officers are complaining right now that, we're just doing our jobs.
Facts. And they are.
And y'all are coming down on us for doing our jobs.
Facts. So get rid of the officer, put him with the robot. I see it.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. And I think the whole issue, and then at that point, it's just a lawsuit, and then you have insurance to take out, paying whatever. Cool. You killed your family member. But all the personal stuff is gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
What did Donald Trump say? We print the shit? Like, yeah.
Man. Absolutely.
And now they eliminated one of us. They made the other ones happy with some money, and everybody wins.
Facts. I don't remember. So you said blood to the horse's bridle, but I don't remember, like, the dream you described I don't remember saying there wasn't blood a lot of blood in the dream. I'm seeing trash and other stuff.
What do you mean?
In the dream that you've had, or the daydream that you had.
Oh no, there was for sure a liquid on like that with the fire. It almost looked like lava.
Ooh, interesting.
And it was.
And where was it placed? Be as graphic.
It
as
was a
possible.
flood.
Okay.
And I'm in Los Angeles. When I had these visions, I lived in Los Angeles. So the flood was in the city, like the inner city. It's like,
Understand.
that
would make sense.
And you're seeing cars floating upside down or right side up, but things are on fire everywhere. And the fire is on top of the liquid. So I don't know, maybe it's mixed with gasoline or something like that. And it's just like red rushing blood. And it was waist level, chest level, something like that. And it just encompassed the city. Like,
Okay.
I think
That's blood.
yeah.
Okay.
I think
like lava.
I think one of the deepest parts in the city is like downtown. So it might have been like downtown. There's buildings always in my vision. So
Okay. Understood. All right. That's a vision. That's real.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why we're in LA right now. LA seems to be like the epicenter for. It feels like an epicenter for like the changing of the
we're
order.
taught that the sun will rise in the west.
This is the West.
So.
This is the West of the West.
But that could mean something else too. It could mean this is the western side of the world. This is considered.
This is the West.
It's a globe.
This is the West. This is the West of the West. I don't know. This is the West of the West.
Yeah.
Seriously. So it would make sense that why we're here.
Yeah.
Dealing with this, and also right now everyone in California is really sick. So you gotta think like sickness is a physical manifestation of spiritual ailment.
Yeah.
Something's going on. Like, so I'm also having these dreams of being at war. It's like, okay, yeah, these sicknesses are symptoms of the warfare that's being fought, and people are catching smoke.
Yeah.
I understand, myself included. So my smoke is tiredness, but it's not even tired. It's a war fatigue, bro. It's war fatigue because luckily I don't get sick. I get tired.
That's the weird thing about fasting for me is I feel tired, but it also boosts my energy. Like
it's
bizarre.
It's bizarre, but it's next level things. It's like because you're subdued, but your energy is more concentrated.
Yeah.
Right.
It gets bursts.
Yeah. Like even when I am in combat and I fight and like I'm fasting, I'm like, oh, I'm a different fighter. I'm a different I'm just okay. I don't got a trip. I got this. I'm more methodological. Man, damn, yeah, no. And then couple that with
methodical.
Methodical. Thank you.
You said mythological. My brain
Methodological.
stopped.
Yeah, thank you.
I love the word mythological, but I don't think
That's not a word. Methodical.
No, mythological is a word.
Mythological is a word.
Yeah.
I didn't say that though. I said methodological.
Got it. Okay.
Not methodical.
Got it.
Methodical. And I'm also realizing I drilled. Bro, I fought today. Or I grappled. Did jujitsu. I drilled and I fasted. No wonder I feel like a god. Right? I feel great.
You're on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm like, okay, let's continue this.
When's the longest you ever fasted? What's the longest?
I haven't gone longer than we're talking about. Not no food or no food.
Yeah, no food.
3 days. I haven't gone longer than 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't done longer than 3 days.
My mom did 40 days one day.
What?
She said she was communicating with the ants.
So she did Jesus.
Yeah.
She did 4 days no food.
40 days no food.
Water. Do you know what she had?
Yeah, water and tea, maybe coffee.
40 days.
40 days.
Okay. So it can be done.
Yeah. For sure.
Does she have pictures of herself after the completion of the fast?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you like reach a point where your weight, Trevor, you don't stop losing weight? Do you know? Okay.
I don't know.
All right. I understand.
I mean, I would assume so. I think that you're burning fat. Your body's eating the food that's left over in your fat cells. Like,
yeah.
You slim all the way down.
And to be 100% honest, I haven't done the 3-day fast recently. I haven't done it over a year is because training. I fight a lot. So I am. I don't think it's possible to. I haven't asked anyone who have you ever tried to do physical combat and fast for multiple days. I don't know.
That's like a Mike Tyson question.
It is a Mike Tyson question.
You know?
It is a Mike Tyson question. I haven't. I fasted for a day, but anything longer than that, then I'm waking up at night and I'm like, where are the eggs? Right. And if I can't sleep, then I'm like, okay.
I did every other day for a year.
Nice.
Yeah. And I cheated. So like what I would do is I would eat at midnight.
And so that would tell you like it's still a fast because it doesn't fall on either day.
It was 24 hours. So like that day I didn't eat, then the next day I'm eating like
I feel you.
At midnight, like waiting at 01 and I'm eating.
I feel you, bro.
I don't think that's qualified. Like my level of understanding now is like, go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
And wake up the next day and have a normal. And even if I do it again today, if I was ever to do every other day, I want to do every other day 1 meal a day.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. But specifically with homemade honey, butter, garlic.
Yeah, garlic toast.
Oh, an egg. I love egg, bro. I really like eggs.
I like eggs in every single way.
I love eggs all the time.
Have you done
all the time?
Have you done the
had them for
ramen noodles with the egg yolk from TikTok recipe?
No, I have not.
Yeah, don't do it.
Why?
It's delicious.
So wait, would just put egg yolk in ramen?
So like you take a raw egg, you mix it with a little bit of mayonnaise and some green onions and some fresh garlic.
Oh my god!
Then you boil your noodles. You take the noodle water, you cook that egg mixture up, and then you add the fresh noodles to it.
God,
It's delicious.
That sounds heavenly.
It is.
I mean, ramen noodles.
It makes the ramen noodles like pillowy, and then the flavor with that seasoning mix. And I'm trying to get off of ramen noodle stuff. So.
I feel you, bro.
But they have better quality versions of ramen noodles at this point. So if you were
like
gonna
chickpea ramen noodles or something?
No. Like it's still noodles, but it's like
I feel you.
It's not the dollar kind.
It's cheap food.
What is?
It's cheap.
But they got the packages
Starch.
just like $15 and up now.
Oh, okay.
They got some
That's not cheap.
high end.
That's some baller ass ramen, bro.
Yeah, but it's like
I understand. Speaking of baller ass ramen, I'm about ready to close it out.
Okay.
How do you feel? Unless you have anything else you want to say. You answered my question about the dream.
Okay.
I really want to see like where's the blood at? Now I get it. It was lava and fire and blood at the same time.
Yeah, like because like in my cognition of it, it's like when you finally find a higher enough ground to get out of it, you're still covered in blood.
Man. So there will be blood.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
There will be blood. I believe I have.
With Daniel Day-Lewis.
That sounds familiar.
It's a good movie.
It's like a cowboy movie.
Cowboy oil movie, oil baron movie.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. It's like the line of like, I drink your milkshake, Daddy. I drink it up.
Yeah, that guy's crazy.
The guy was insane. It was a good performance.
But everybody was insane during the Wild Wild West time.
Niggas are crazy, bro.
You had to be crazy to want to
Niggas
come
are
out
crazy.
here. Yeah.
They're crazy.
I think I'm crazy because I want to go into the left.
I think I'm crazy because I want to relive the Wild Wild West. That shit sounds fun.
That's what I'm talking about. My wife
That's
is
really
just
what it
like,
is. Yeah, I want to do that.
that's the Wild Wild West over
Facts.
there.
No,
and I'm
for
just
real.
like,
Those are the vibes I got.
yeah,
Man, we need to go and just go hang out and do Wild Wild West shit,
I want
man.
to do that. I want to do it for my birthday.
Forget, man. I forget. But we could do whatever we want, bro.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that.
It's 200 acres.
Dude, we have a
over there.
land. We have land access, bro.
I want to get some
Stop
RVs.
playing.
Get some RVs.
Stop playing.
I want to go over to my neighbor and get a
I
lamb.
want to drill on my land.
Kill the lamb.
Yeah.
Eat the lamb.
Yeah.
Right there.
I would eat. I don't eat meat, but I would eat that.
Yeah.
I would eat. Oh,
fresh lamb.
No, I'm gonna eat that. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat that, bro.
Bring some nice fruits and vegetables for the lamb to eat. Get them real nice and
Yes,
full
sir.
and fat.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because the thing about life, like once you get in the routine, it's hard to like think outside that routine.
Yeah.
And, like you could do anything you want to every day.
Yeah.
So that's the matrix. Is like you get you think, oh, well, I gotta do this.
There's traps and boxes in the Matrix.
Facts, bro.
In life,
And
it's endless. It's just freedom.
I can do whatever I want.
And I just want to live.
I could do whatever I want, man. We can do whatever we want. So let's take advantage. Let's take advantage of what we got first.
Yeah.
And I have children that like land and fun. So what am I doing? Just no. Okay. And then we could shoot whenever we want. We could do these podcasts whenever we want. But I'm like, okay, now that I'm realizing that okay, the night is ours. It's like okay, let's get our 3 to 4 hours of sleep and get it cracking.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm excited to sleep out there among the stars. Where
Facts.
there's no lights.
Facts, bro.
There's no sound.
I got a tent. I got everything we needed.
I got a tent too.
Yeah,
I got all
we
of
do
that.
bro. We need to actually.
I want to sleep
We
in
need
the
to do
tent. I bought these little cushions to put under my tent so that I'm not sleeping on the hard ground.
I feel you, bro.
But like, I want to bring the camper out there just in case because I don't know what's out there.
I understand.
So I do want to get a camper van.
Coyotes of all sorts.
Mountain lions,
Yeah.
bears. It's the Wild West.
Yeah, exactly. And that excites me.
Yeah. I don't have the fear that I would have had 5-10 years ago. Like,
Nah.
to me, everything is just endless possibilities. It's like
Facts.
life in abundance. Like,
Yes, sir. That is life.
yeah,
Life is abundance. So we get to, it's not in abundance if you don't act accordingly.
yeah.
But if you're restricted in your box, made by your own routine and thoughts, then you ain't living an abundant life. You're living a life of
facts.
fear.
That's
So
facts.
let's close it out. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. The Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Amin.
Amen.